Oh gosh. Yes, that's fine. I just need to turn down the volume. Okay. It's going good. It's going good. All we have left is... Oh, actually, I looked up on my computer to see what this thing is missing between here. And it was what you get whenever you die. That little pop-up thing, and I don't remember how to get that. I should have looked that up before I worked on coming here. But today I'm just planning to get like all the bonus stuff, and hopefully that will get us the two things in between these boys and the thing in between these boys. But that will probably not get us the thing in between these boys, sadly. New game. I think this is the one that I love with Anghel. So hopefully these two chapters are still in your mind. I was pointing out that Anghel didn't show up in those chapters, so let's see what really went down. Oh, this is it. This is it. Oh baby, this is the one I love so much. The gathering of the brilliant light shall take place in the promised land, in the darkest hour when the eye of heaven closes. Can the crimson fallen angel overcome his trials and arrive in time? It's just, oh yeah, here, just immediately straight up, here's Anghel. Baby. The season of ice, which freezes the spirit light tree, has almost come to an end. The awakening is near. New life shall bud and grow. Those of pure heart may fall victim to the servants of darkness. I must take this opportunity to investigate the dark source where Wallenstein's actions. Oh, hello, Higure. Are you here to turn in your supplementary assignment? Oh. No. No. It is not yet the time. My crimson breast tells me so. Oh? It's due tomorrow, so make sure you finish it in time. A painful test. Is there no way out? Nope. Don't worry, if there's anything you're really having trouble with, you can ask me that. You can ask when you hand it in. Oh, will you be coming to the observation tonight, Higure? What? Will there be a gathering of the brilliant light? Yep, that's right. There's a total lunar eclipse tonight. They're opening up the roof tonight so we can all watch. Okay, so yeah, last time I did the streaming of this game, I read really bad, and it's not getting any better today. I'm really happy about that. I don't want to freaking read well, apparently. This is wonderful, and by wonderful I mean I'm crying inside. It'll be late, so make sure to dress warmly if you do come, okay? My evil scarlet eye reflects a dreadful spectacle. The dead on all sides. No, the frenzied moon was the cause of it all. We must not repeat this tragedy. The dark tree Rufa can wait. I must prepare for the gathering of the brilliant light. So as we can see, that was a wonderful exchange. Oh, as we can see, Anghel's crazy room, but ignore that for a second as I explained that, yeah, Anghel clearly knows what's going on with his words there and stuff like that. He's aware of what's about to go down. And the teacher's misunderstanding what he's saying as, oh no, I can't believe we're gonna have to undergo such a test. Oh yeah, the test sure is tomorrow. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, it was a lovely exchange. I love this. The panacea of blue Vijnana. I don't know how to. Vijnana. Lunario Carmine. The legendary sacred bow, holy slasher. Would I require anything more? On nights when the moon was swallowed by darkness and the barrier between the world of the surface and that which is hidden behind it, Satelna, grows thin. A terrible threat shall descend when the eye of heaven closes. If it is as the forbidden epic relates, the name that the threat alone The name of that thread alone can control the great fastness of darkness. Yoshio, aren't you going to school to see the moon tonight? Are you going to eat anything before you go? I will eat and then I will go. Come down in 30 minutes then, okay? When are you leaving the house? At 11. If I fall asleep, then wake me. Okay. Thank you, Mom. Gaze into the dark void of space, Holy Slasher. You and I together shall pierce these accursed midnight heavens. My crimson insides are replete with the silver beings. Oh, if only CDB30 was here to add his Saba pings at this moment. Because, Angel finished having his supper of delicious silver beings. To think that the nighttime demon known as fatigue would be so hard to conquer. This is like the only time in the whole game that actually has a bird's expression changes, and as you can see, he's getting a little sleepy. Perhaps it was a mistake to partake in that savory dinner before the battle. No, not yet. Persevere, O weak and unreliable eyelids. Yeah, he's sleeping. Nonsense. I am the Crimson Angel of Judecca. I should not be vanquished so easily. Weren't you going to the school, Yoshio? It's past 11. Yoshio, wake up! Snoring by Angel. Oh, Yoshio, if you're going to sleep, at least get in your bed. There we go. That's all it is. That's the reason why Angel wasn't there, is because he goes to sleep way too early. He's a 10 p.m. boy, not an 11 p.m. boy, so... Especially after having a nice meal, he was done for. Even though having him along, like, would have probably been hindersome, because he knew exactly the heck what was going on, so who knows. It would have been interesting to see him come along, to be honest, but it's not how the story is structured, so we can only wish and be like, well, at least I'm happy that he did get an explanation for why he's not there, and I do love freaking his mom. Is wonderful. That's what I just wanted to do really fast. Now let's go on to the rest of the dates. Shu next. So, I mentioned that, or I think I mentioned that whenever I was first doing this, you had to do both every single one of these characters with the human portraits and every single one of these characters again with the bird portraits in order to get the trophy. So off screen, I did beat every single bird variety because I do want to show off the people variety, since if we just did the bird one, then we'd just see the same birds that we all know and love that we have seen throughout the entire game. So these boys right here with the... Did I choose Shu? Sorry, I just want to make sure it's highlighted on Shu. These boys with the human representations at least have expressions, and it gives you something to look forward to. But before we get to Shu, actually, I do want to do Nageki, because Nageki, he does have something I want to show you, that's all. We all know he's gonna go out and he's wearing that mask even as a bird. It's wonderful. It's so freaking wonderful. That's all I wanted to show you guys, that this is the only one that does have something different. If you do this shrine visit with Nageki as a bird, you do get to see his mask on still. It's wonderful, that's all. Okay. Yeah, that's his title. Gosh dang, I'm gonna have to do Shu shenanigans. Wow, what a New Year's, wow. I decided to drop by the shrine to... Oh no! Hell stand still, or should I say, Hell Stallion. This is Holiday Star. I don't know if you should be seeing this stuff. Maybe. I don't know if this is gonna be spoilers since this is just kind of. Yeah, I doubt this first part should be any spoilers, but yeah, Shu, he's one of the best birds. Have you met any certain crimson-breasted bird at all yet? Because that one is one of my favorites. Then there's late game bird that you must have not seen that is in the original Audible Boyfriend, but makes a lot more of an appearance in this game that I absolutely love. There's also one boy in this game that I also really like that shows up in the PS4 version of Audible Boyfriend original, but I don't like his story in that game. What spoilers? I haven't spoiled anything yet. Or have I? What is going on? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you, Mr. Hell Stallion. I'm gonna have to call you that forever. Hell Stallion. Fantastic stuff. Oh no, now I'm really nervous to actually read this stuff. Or, oh! I did actually spoil the fact that there is a Crimson-Breasted Boy, and I don't know if you were there to see any of Crimson-Breasted Boy himself. How long have you been here, boy? How long? Oh no. Anyway, I decided to drop by the shrine for a visit since I was here anyway, but it's really crowded. Where do they all come from every year anyway? The shrine is usually so empty. I want to at least make an offering, but standing around waiting like this is breaking my heart. It's cold, and waiting by myself is so lonely. Maybe I should go home and come back some other day. Wait. Dr. Iwamine, is that you? Are there any blue-breasted boys in this game? What type of blue-breasted boys do you like? Tell me this, I want to know, Mr. Hellstallion. I'm sorry, whenever I'm on stream, I call everyone by Mr. So even though it's weird to say Mr. Hellstallion to me right now, I'm still gonna do it because I'm just too used to that. I don't know why. I have to put Mr. It's so important. Oh, he's got an expression. Yes, it is me. Hello, Mr. Saka. Don't tell me that he's here to make an offering too. Happy New Year, sir. I'm surprised to see you here. I would have never expected to bump into you in a place like this. You're kind of like a devil or something, so I always figured you'd get purified into nothingness if you went into a shrine. I see you are as fond of foolish superstitions as always. Unfortunately, there is nothing at all unusual about a bird passing unharmed beneath the torii. Oh, okay, so I don't have to worry about him getting hit by some stray exorcism or evaporating. Yay, I'm so relieved. Hiyoko thinks that this is best bird apparently in this timeline as well. Like, wow. She's really relieved that he's not going to vaporize. But why are you here, sir? Are you making a New Year's offering? No. I feel no need to plead with hypothetical gods for help. As I'm sure you know quite well. Oh, yes, I know. Why are you here then? I heard there was a corpse. There isn't. Please stop hearing about corpses that don't exist, sir. But I was told that a crowd was here because they found a rotting corpse in the pond. Shrines are always crowded on New Year's. No one said anything about a corpse. I see. That is truly unfortunate. It seems I have been misled by a falsified report. Oh, are you going home already, sir? There is no reason for me to stay, is there? But you're already here, and it's New Year's. Want to make an offering with me? It's cold and there's a line, and I was thinking of giving up and going home, but if I gotta wait with you, then I wouldn't mind. So you are deliberately placing yourself in an unpleasant circumstance. I cannot read. In unpleasant circumstances, wasting time in idleness, and then throwing money away for no foreseeable benefit? The mind wobbles. He gives me an amazed looking sneer. Geez, don't you have any hopes or dreams, you diabolical partridge? Any romance? Getting turned down like this every time I try to do something with him makes my hunter-gatherer blood boil. I'm starting to want to just look up a walkthrough for him on a wiki or something. But this is a special day! And if I'm with you, then even if I catch a cold, you'll be able to give me pertinent advice. Yeah. Yeah, but this is actually the Apple Store right here, right now. This is not a shrine. In this post-apocalyptic world of Hotiful Boyfriend, they only build shrines for Steve Jobs. So, we're giving our offering to freaking Steve Jobs for no foreseeable reason. It's a wonderful time of the new year. Please do not treat me as your personal medical advisor. I'm not fond of selfish children. I'm sorry. I got carried away. Now, if you would be willing to take the place of that rotting corpse for me, then I might be interested. You want me to make an offering with a rotting corpse? What kind of pervert are you? I think I read that slightly wrong. I don't know. But whatever. I read everything slightly wrong anyway. That's how it does. That's how I do. Won't you be my rotting corpse, Miss Tasaka? That's too much, sir. Oh, don't worry. I was only joking. Yes, joking. Were you, sir? That felt an awful lot like you were asking just on the off chance. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement. I shall offer a very simple contract, with only one condition. If you do catch cold this winter, you shall become my test subject for my new medicine. That is all. You don't lose anything at all, now do you? It sounds more like I could be in serious danger of losing everything, including but not limited to my life. But if I don't come down with a cold, it should be fine. That should be okay, I guess. Alright, sir. Because I'm smart Hiyoko, and I'll promise. Yeah, I promise. I'm in the... Freaking Hiyoko, you idiot. The best idiot. Of all the characters in the game, there's plenty of idiots, but Hiyoko is one of the best idiots around. I'm in the process of developing the drug now, but I haven't had much luck finding test subjects. I'm glad to have a student as cooperative as yourself. Oh, how my heart leaps when I hear that laugh. And so I spent the New Year's Day with a non-believing partridge. I'll be fine as long as I can endure until spring. I wouldn't mind paying him back, but I'd rather not risk my life, so I'll pray that I'll make it through the winter without getting sick. Okay, oh no, I guess I'll do Kazuaki next? I don't want to do Yuya right now. I mean, Yuya and Angel are like my favorite boys, but so is Kazuaki in a sense. Maybe I shouldn't do that, because you're here, Hell Stallion, and I don't know how much spoilers we're gonna get on this boy, but this boy has some spoilers attached to him, so I'm gonna do Yuya and then Angel, maybe? Or let me see, what do I have here and here? I forget what oh, this is Legumentine's one. I could probably do this, because you don't even know the character. Oh, do you want me to do Okusan? I can back out of this after I enter my name. You're gonna freaking hear me coo? Gosh dang. I don't know how I feel about this. Yes, that's fine. Oh baby, it's Oko-san. I'll do, oh yeah. I guess I'll do the human ... question mark? Today is the track team's first training day of the new year. Oko-san suggested we do independent training over break, but Oko-san is cold. I think there will be pudding involved, Mr. Hellstallion. There definitely is pudding involved in this main game as well as you know, regular Hotiful boyfriend. But pudding always. Oh, and I was on Twitter this morning or something, and I noticed that Hato Moa posted a picture of Oko-san. I'm gonna take a second off the stream because I mean I don't really have any viewers right now anyway, and the people that are watching this on YouTube in the future realm will just have to wait. Take that. Wait for me to send a picture to someone in my chat. Okay, if I can actually navigate Twitter, that would be wonderful. Okay, share tweet via message. Where are ya? Messages. And there we go. I sent you a link to a really, really recent post of Hotfu Moa posting a picture of her lovely bird Oko-san. Now let me get back to my Twitch dashboard and okay. Oko-san, it's cold. It's way too cold for my featherless human skin. Cool. You shall not whine. Whining is bad. Lazing around in your heated room all through January will make your body and heart alike soft and weak. But Oko-san, my house is completely unheated. There's your angry Oko-san, baby. Oh man. Cool. Oko-san said no complaining. Neglecting to your training is bad. You will run. Ah, Oko-san, wait. You're too fast. I can't keep up with you if you go that fast. Oh. There is a very important place that we just stopped by there, but it auto skips by it so fast that you probably didn't really pay too much heeding towards what actually we've just passed right there. I mean, it's nothing that you'd be able to identify as important anyway, so it's all good. Cuckoo! Hiyoko has become slow. Oko-san is disappointed. I'm sorry, Oko-san. I did give in to the cold and skip training a little over the past few weeks, so like Oko-san said, my body has gotten soft and weak. But what is his heart made out of? He went shooting off out into the blue all the way to here. Now he's bouncing around energetically while I'm completely winded. I cannot read that very well, gosh dang. I don't think all the cruelest roads and tracks in the world together could stand in defiance to Oko-san's steel-plated cardiovascular system. Cool. Can you not run anymore? Then we have no choice. It is time for a break. Thank you, Oko-san. And so we took a break at the White Dove Shrine. It's still really early, so there aren't too many other people here. Did you come here to make your offering on New Year's Day, Oko-san? Cool. Oko-san believes only in the pudding god. Oh, right. And does the pudding god have a shrine? Do you make offerings to him? Cuckoo! Unnecessary frivolity. The spirit of Lord Pudi is with Oko-san at all times, in all places. Huh? So, if he's with you all the time, you don't need to go out on New Year's to say hello to him? Doesn't he have a home? Cool, of course he does. His home is in the lost ruins of Pudding. But I don't understand. Cuckoo! The god of true pudding sleeps in the lost ruins of Pudding, somewhere in this world. Tapioca. That'd be a really good name, actually. But, Have you done Okasan's full route? Because you get to know what the Lord of Pudding's name is actually called, so I don't want to spoil his name, but yeah, Tapioca would be the perfect name for a god of pudding. Cuckoo! The god of true pudding sleeps in... Oh, I think I reread that. Okasan trains himself so that one day he may find the ruins. Oh, I see. I wonder if I could find a certain goal like you and get more serious about my training that way. Cool. Only the only limit to your ambitions is heaven above. Okasan flaps his wings. Okasan flaps agitatedly about for a little while. He does get awfully excited about pudding. But I still don't understand what his idea of pudding is. It certainly isn't the pudding I know. Hey, Okasan. The god of this shrine is supposed to be a brilliant white dove who flies to faraway places. Doesn't that sound a little bit like you? Well, you run faraway places rather than fly. Yeah, I remember that. I didn't know if you got a chance to do the actual correct question at any point, though. You still need to beat this game. It's still very, very important. Oh, not this game specifically, but Hatoful Boyfriend, is still very, very important to my soul, and it will become very, very important to your soul once you beat it. I alert you this much for sure right now, and then you'll have no choice but to play this because your heart will be exploding at the lack of Hatoful Boyfriend in your life once you finish that game. and then you'll realize that this game is also amazingly excellent. Luckily, it's just the bonus content, so you're not going to get spoilers for this game more. Eventually, I'll tell you when maybe you should close your ears or something, because we might get to Spoiler Town eventually somewhere along the line. But for the most part, I'm going to try avoiding all the Spoiler Town stuff for a little bit so that you don't see anything too spooks. You're like a god yourself, Okasan. I know you'll get to meet the pudding god yourself someday. Cool! Okasan will never give up. Okasan will arrive before the pudding god. The end. Yeah, he's got that determination to meet the pudding god. And you should let his Okasan determination come to fruition, Mr. Held Stallion. And you'll see his journey to the pudding god, instead of getting the bad ending. It's kind of like not a sequel. It seems like one of those holiday episodes, but it's kind of not, because it's very special in okay. There's these 4 chapters. It's not a dating sim anymore. It's more of a straightforward visual novel. You start with chapter 1, then you go to chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. All of those they don't really have many choices at all. And sometimes, like, whenever they do have a choice, it's like you better know the right answer, otherwise you get a game over. But, it's best to play through Hatoful Boyfriend. And I know you already know most of the characters, but through beating that game 100%, you get to learn the characters in a new light that helps you understand them whenever you're going through these 4 main stuff in this game. But then again, when I played this game, I didn't know how to play it correctly. I did it pretty bad. I did stuff out of order, and like I was doing radio at one point, which I really shouldn't have done until I beat the game. Where was it? Oh, new game. And I did some of these little bonus contents before I had even done like the last 2 chapters and stuff like that, and I got like kind of stuff I shouldn't have really seen. Like this right here, I think I did that before maybe not. But I think I did this before I beat the last 2 chapters, and that was kind of Spoiler Town. And I didn't understand it, but it didn't make me any like, oh, now that's gonna ruin my time going through these last 2 chapters. It was more of a me just being really confused. Like, this would actually be spoilers to you because there's actually a character that you don't know yet, but you shall meet that character one of these days, and I'm gonna force you to play that game. I'm gonna sit you down in a chair. I'm gonna be like, hey, right now you're playing Hatoful, even if I have to read it to you. Or If you do want it to be read to you, you can always check on my YouTube. I read through the entire thing. But, if you want to read it without me making disgusted noises about how bad I am at reading, then you could always do it yourself. And that would be very understandable, but... to answer your question more directly, is this a sequel? At the very end of Hatoful Boyfriend, the original, there's like this one route that is clearly like the main route, but that is a route that is completely non-existent in this game. Like, you completely don't even take into consideration any of the happenings that went down in that route. And it's mostly nice that you get to learn the characters in a very, very deep sense and understand like all their like secrets and all their hidden sufferings and all of who they really are. But yeah, that didn't happen in this game, so it's not really a continuation of sorts. It's more of a little side story as if that never happened. So it's very much not a sequel. Okay, I did this. What is it? Oh yeah, this is the one that has a character that you don't know, but you don't need to know right now. I don't think. I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be spoilers. I think there's another one that also has a character that you don't know that probably won't be spoilers. So I'll just go with this one first, because this one for sure is gonna be safe, and it's not gonna be as lengthy as the other one. Short episode, Legumintine's Chronicles. The most nervous day of the year is here again. But it looks like there's someone here who doesn't like this heart-throbbing romantic day. Please enter your name. Oh yeah. We will get into Spoiler City if I press the wrong area and we ended up doing something that I don't want to do, but I know that Legumintine's Chronicles is about a bird you don't know, but you don't need to know until you get to this game. So it's not going to ruin your Hatoful Boyfriend experience. It won't ruin your Hatoful Boyfriend Holiday Star experience either, I'm pretty sure. Because we understand Legumintines, you just don't know who this character is, that's all. And now this will be your learning experience to wonderful, amazing bird that this guy is. Spoiler City we go. We got a lot of deliveries here, sir. Where shall I put them? Deliveries? I had thought the first run wouldn't be arriving until next week. These aren't magazines, sir. They're beans. And who here sent away for beans? Oh, right. This is your first time. It's a tradition, sir. Readers always send beans addressed to their favorite characters on Legumintines. They send them to their favorite characters? Ridiculous. I've never been given any beans in my life, but these people who send them willy-nilly to a bunch of two-dimensional birds? Well, you're not very popular, sir. This is a gross injustice. How dare they have all the fun without me just because it's Legumintines? I don't think anyone sends beans to the editor-in-chief anywhere, sir. It's really not worth worrying about. No. This is a grave state of affairs. We must cause swift and terrible retribution to fall on the heads of those who dare have fun without me. It's Legumintines. I'm here to get a beans for every birdie, but... This is the place you recommend, Oko-san? Yeah, this, Holiday Star gets a lot more meta than regular Hatoful Boyfriend. Like, it gets ridiculously so. But then again, there are some really, who cares, like, if it's being meta, like, this topic that we're getting on is really serious and really awesome. And I see that you're just doing meta stuff just to give me some comic relief because this stuff is really intense. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Holiday Star. I needed that because my tears wouldn't stop for a little bit. But, I guess that's also kind of how regular Hatoful Boyfriend works too. The tears don't stop, but don't worry about the tears. The tears will be good tears and you'll enjoy them, Hell Stallion. I'm never gonna get over calling you Hell Stallion. It's so good. It's so really good. Cool, that is correct. There are many beans in the basement of the high society Seagull department store. this is a place that's important, Mr. Hellstallion. Just you wait till you get to this game and you meet that place. I'm not sure if the employee's attitude or the employee's... I'm not sure if it's the employee's attitude, or it might even just be the employee's attitude, but there's something I just don't like about this place. Then again, Oko-san is the biggest gourmet in town, so if he says it's best, then it must be the best. Let's head in. Oh, sold out, sold out. Sold out, sold out, sold out. But another thing, Britt, I mean, Hellstallion, this makes very intense references to other stuff as well. Some stuff which you won't understand, some stuff which you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it just made a reference to that. I guess that's all I'm gonna say right now, because I don't really want to spoil too much, but... this game is very dear to my heart, as much as regular Hatoful Boyfriend is very, very dear to my heart. So get on it. I'm gonna incessantly say that you gotta get on it, my guy, my guy. Oko-san, everything's sold out. Cool? This is not right. Are there not always great quantities of beans here, even on Legumantines? Those and those and those and those. I'll take them all. Yes, those two. Mr. Nishikikoji! Hello there, Hiyoko. Fancy meeting you here. Cool. This is miserable and unmanly market monopolization. That gaudy bird is trying to corner the market. Why are you doing this, Mr. Nishikikoji? How can you start hoarding the bean supply on Legumantines? Are you buying all these to give them to yourself? Just how vain and self-absorbed are you? You lack imagination, my girl. What a terrible pity. Why should I do something so low? I'm just here to get in the way of everyone who's having fun because it's Legumantines. That's low. That's so low it's almost making me laugh. Tender, passionate young hands, swept up by the gentle, flowery winds of first love, flocked to this establishment. I really butchered establishment. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Establishment for the foremost purveyor of celebrity legumes. Celebratory, not celebrity. Yeah, some of these legumes are now celebrities. There's your spoiler, Hellstallion. They're celebrities. The legumes took over and the beans ruled the world that the birds started ruling after the humans started going away and stuff for reasons. I think I actually did spoil something. But, celebratory legumes in the city, only to find every variety, every color, every size sold out. Their hopes dashed at once and they are left in despair. Ah, how beautiful. Magnificent, artistic tragedy. It seems a bit convoluted even for tokusatsu... a tokusatsu villain's plans. I don't know what tokusatsu is referring to, because it sounds very much an anime term that I just don't get. But apparently Nishikikoji is a tokusatsu's villain or something. You'll never be happy with yourself if you keep thinking like that. At your age, Mr. Nishikikoji. Here. What is this? Courtesy beans. I'm just giving them to you to be nice, but it should still make you feel a little better about your life. Do you mock me? Says Sakuya. No. I'm just being polite. You're mocking me. Don't you want them? At least this way you'll have gotten something for someone. The gaudy pheasant seems extremely unnerved by my proffered beans. This couldn't possibly be the first time he's ever gotten beans on Legumantines, could it? So be it. I shall deign to accept them. Perhaps these beans may become the seeds of some beautiful imagination. I am busy. I'm going home. Having reconsidered his attempt to corner the bean market, the golden pheasant left. Cool! Hiyoko stopped him. Hiyoko is a true warrior. Yeah, that's it's totally like exactly. I really need to read more of Shakespeare's stuff because I only read the Romeo and Juliet and the Tragedy of Julius Caesar. So you did get one of the two things that I know of Shakespeare. Do you bite your thumb at me? It's gonna start a huge fight between the Capulets and the Montagues. That don't bite your thumb at anybody, Hell Stallion. I'm gonna get giggly every time I say Hell Stallion. I just want to say Hell Stand Still, and then I notice that, wait a second, I can't say that because it's your Hell Stallion now. It's so good. It's amazing. I'm sorry, I can't handle myself while I'm streaming this. Half of those bins have nothing left, but there's little signs saying they're sold out. Ugh, I read that really wrong, didn't I? Let me calm my face, calm it down, and read it again. Half of those bins have nothing left but little signs saying they're sold out, but what's left should be enough. Pulls out a gun. I need to rewatch that. The friggin' Romeo and Juliet with the freaking guns is so good. Why? Why is it a thing? It's like I can't imagine that they were making that movie as anything but a joke. It's the perfect joke that you could have. And it's like right up my alley with my type of comedy. Like it's so good. Romeo and Juliet, but with guns. The best idea ever. Now all the girl birds. That's a wonderful word. I didn't notice how awkward that is to say because when I first read this, I read this silently. But now all the girl birds will be able to get beans for that special sunbirdie. And we saved the day because Nishikikoji left away all embarrassed and flustered about our nice kind deed. By the way, Hell Stallion, Nishikikoji is one of my favorite birds in the Hatoful Boyfriend Realm Zone universe. I'll send you a wonderful picture of Nishikikoji and his awesome self because he means so much to me. Okay. If I could find it at least. I mean, I have it saved in my gallery on my phone, so it shouldn't be too impossible. But we'll see how impossible it is. Well, I found multiple. Actually, you know what? I can send you like that very scene, but from the manga instead. Oh, yeah, these are just the bonus content. That's why I was too... After doing these two, which were... These two were probably like a 5-hour journey. Then I decided to do all of this short stuff. These bonus content are all very short. Oh, I didn't want to actually press that. Oh, no. There's a wonderful bird. Wonderful bird. Let me just send you this wonderful picture of Nishikikoji with his selfish, artistic ways, and then... I have more pictures of Nishikikoji because he's so good. I love him. Like, all the bad guys are like the really good guys. Kinda, secretly. There we go. There's 2 more Nishikikoji pictures. And... Send... Oh, he's so good. But yeah, these are gonna be very short stuff. Shoo, I did you. Time to do you, yeah. Huh. I wonder if that's gonna have spoilers. He has potential for spoilers. Have you done Yuya's route, Mr. Hell Stallion? Oh, Shoo is always good. He's... I mean, to be honest, his route in Hatoful Boyfriend is good. He shows up as a very important character. I mean, almost every character shows up as an important character in the main route, big, huge 3-hour story of Hatoful Boyfriend, but I still prefer his date rather than his main role in this main story thingy. I don't think I really care for him in this game that much either. I mean, he's still a very, very good character, for sure. He's awesome. I have nothing to say about this one. Ryota is wonderful as well. Sakuya, I don't know, I think Sakuya is more of a basic boy than Ryota. Like, Sakuya is like the most predictable of the bunch, I guess. Sakuya and Okusan. Okusan is not exactly relatable, or not relatable, but predictable. I mean, none of these guys are actually relatable, to be honest, so I guess I could say that. Yes, yes, or yes. Which one? Make your choice now. To be honest, all these are the correct answer in my soul and in the eyes of the game. So, which one should I choose? I'm gonna do Yuya. Hopefully it's not gonna be too spoilers. Yeah. I'm going to the shrine for a New Year's visit with Yuya. Well, that's a directly, straightforward, super direct immediately. Wow. Even though New Year's was a few days ago already. He hasn't come to school much since sometime last semester. He seems really busy, but what has he been doing? Maybe he's been job hunting? Maybe this is going to keep it vague enough where we don't get spoilers, so yeah, I think you should be fine with this one. You should be fine, hopefully. Anyway, he said he didn't have any other time over the holidays, so he asked me to wait. And then he texted me out of the blue last night saying he was free today, so... Happy New Year. Salutations, Monami. Monami. I don't know why I said Monami. Pokemonami. That's probably the reason, even though I haven't done X and Y in forever. Oh, Yuya! Happy holiday salutations! Sorry to keep you waiting, Hiyoko. I always try my utmost to never keep a lady waiting, but alas, I wasn't able to get away until just now. You're still really busy, aren't you? I shouldn't have pushed you so hard to take me. No. Don't make that unhappy face. It doesn't suit you at all, mon ami. I cannot express with mere words how much I have looked forward to seeing you again, Hiyoko. Time spent with you always flies by at the speed of light, so let's go. Yeah, Pokemonami. I was like, why did I just say Monami? I haven't done that at all during the entire playthrough of Heartful Boyfriend or Heartful Boyfriend Holiday Star. Now I'm just saying Monami. No. X and Y, what have you done? Why are you haunting me at this very random moment? This is not fair. I don't approve. Whoops, I forgot to go back to the dashboard. There we go, we're on the dashboard again. Now I feel safe. Yuya takes me by the hand and leads me off to the shrine. He seems like he's even more in a hurry than usual. He must be really busy. How long has it been since I came? Oh, maybe it does get to spoilers. I'm wondering what he's going to be saying during this, because I think he says something spoilerish, but... I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I can go through Ryota's again, since I forgot that Ryota is also one of the other ones, along with Nageki, that when you go to these shrine visits, he does have a little bit of a different thing going on, but that's just because Ryota's always in a dress. How long has it been since I came for a New Year's visit? Quite some time indeed. And the season is practically over now anyway. It's true, the shrine was crowded during the first 3 days of the New Year, but now it's practically empty. I don't mind a lively crowd, but I'm glad there's no one to disturb us here now. I'm not falling for that, Yuya. How many other girls have you used that line on by now? You're as cool as ever, mon ami. Well, have a good sleep, Hellstallion, and a party in your dreams. And if you got the good old work or anything to go to, then have a good day with that. I now can relate to work a little bit, even though we work in very different places, but nonetheless, work is sometimes a bit much, so hopefully it's not gonna be too bad for you. And forever party in your dreams. always. No, you're the only one. You're the only one I've made time for this winter to meet. He whispers to me, an unusually serious expression on his face. It don't look that serious to me, but okay, fine, Hiyoko. You should have made it a serious expression. It would have been awesome. But you can't ask too much of Moa. I mean, she's awesome. She's already done so much for this already. Stop it. You're gonna make me melt. I already know you're not completely made of cheap pickup lines and flashy foppishness. I haven't met privately with anyone at all recently, in fact. Third years like you really are unimaginably busy, aren't they? Don't worry, mon ami. You won't end up like me. I'm just having to work extra hard now, okay. Yuya, I don't know what curse you put on me, but I cannot read your lines. I'm just having to work extra hard now because I've been an unusually total failure. So, you're studying like crazy for exams now? No, not quite. Let me give you a hint, mon ami. Lots of important corporations have parties during the holidays. Many well-known people go to these parties. Each one is a potential jackpot for the villains who skulk around behind the curtains of society. And if you turn that around, every potential jackpot for a villain is an extra busy assignment for a hero of justice. See what I'm saying? So what? I had a dream like that anyway. It was a dream? Sorry. Just kidding. Like you said, I'm having to make up for all the slacking off I did earlier as exams draw near. If I can read what you say, yeah. Jeez, don't tease me like that. I didn't realize you were planning to go on to a university, though. Where are you you're thinking of going? That's a secret, I guess. I'll be leaving the school, and it's probably best if you don't know where I go after that. Don't tell me you're going somewhere so seedy and low-end that you don't even want to say. See, that's the serious expression Taz looking for. Well, I wonder. My lifestyle is certainly seedy enough. He did it again. Sometimes he says stuff in that self-deriding or maybe even despairing way. He's usually so cheerful, so whenever he does it, I don't know how to respond. I think you're a better person than you think you are, Yuya. Sakuya and the doctor are always chewing you out, but you shouldn't let them get you down. Just do your thing and be yourself. That makes me happy. Hearing you say that puts some pride back into my little dove heart, mon ami. I'm glad we can meet today. Yeah, this Hatoful Boyfriend Holiday Star is not exactly a sequel, but it does, have all the birds that you know and love, plus a few new, like, birds. But the thing is that right now I'm going through the shrine visits. I'm doing all the bonus content today. I've already finished doing the entire reading of the main story, because this game works a little bit differently than regular Hatoful Boyfriend. The original was a dating sim kind of style gameplay, while this one's more visual novel. So there's like mainly 4 chapters that are very almost lacking of choices, but nonetheless you get to read a whole lot of what goes on, with a choice here and there just sprinkled very lightly around. And it's once again, it's got another really good story. I assure you that much. But yeah, for this bonus shrine visits, it allows you to choose if you want to see the birds as people or as birds. So I'm just choosing to go through all the shrine visits with the peoples because they actually have varying expressions on their face, as you can see. With Yuya here, he was talking to us and now he has his eyes closed with that silly Yuya face on. But yeah, I would totally recommend this game if you enjoyed the first one at all, so you should totally... Everyone should think about getting into Hatoful Boyfriend, and anyone who's played Hatoful Boyfriend should play this game. Even though... I don't know, I don't know, I don't have anything to say. I was lying to you, I wasn't about to say anything. I'm glad we can meet today, and very grateful. Thank you, Hiyoko. But yeah, so as you can see, here's the 4 chapters that are the main story, basically, and they... The last 2 kind of go hand in hand, but these 2 are... whenever I did the first one, I was really not interested in this game because I didn't like care for it that much. It's fine. It's not a bad chapter, but it's just lacking compared to the BBL route to the first game. Then I went to this one, and it has my favorite birds, a few of my favorite birds, so I was really happy with this chapter, and it was adorable. Then these 2 chapters are where things get intense, and you fall in love with all the birds again. But as you can see, down here is where all the bonus content is. This is the shrine visits. You unlock that after you do the first chapter, and you get to choose whatever bird that you want to visit the shrine with. I've already done Ryota, Sakya, Okusan, Nageki, Shu, and Yuya, so all I have to do is Kazuaki and Nanghel. But I think I'm gonna do Kazuaki first, then yeah, Kazuaki first. And as you can see, you can do with the bird lovins with birds, or you can do like any human dating sim. So you get to make that choice. Happy New Year! It snowed last night and I thought I almost froze to death, but in the end I survived okay. I'm glad it didn't pile up though. It seems like I have a near-death experience or 2 every winter. Maybe I should do something about that. The White Dove Shrine, where everybody comes for the New Year's visit, is in a hilly area a little ways away from the center of the town, but it doesn't look like the snow piled up much here either. There are little drifts here and there, but the sun's out now, so it'll all probably melt soon. Here for the New Year's, and gone within a day. Very wasabi sabi. Yes, yes. Oh wait, this might be a little interesting for you. You might be very confused on why Kazuaki will be acting this way, Kitten Giggles. Which, by the way, I didn't say welcome to the stream. I'm sorry if my reading gets particularly bad. That's just how I do. I don't mean to. I'm really bad at reading out loud. But hope you enjoy your stay while you're here. And I'm just gonna let you know that right now Kazuaki might be acting a little differently than you'd expect. And I'm not gonna explain why, because that's for you to find out whenever you do get this game. That's all. Yes, yes, leftover snow is very elegant. Plum blossoms and snow, soon they shall wither and fall, even if it melts. I think that was a haiku. Oh, Mr. Nanaki, Happy New Year! But what's with the weird incantation? It's not an incantation, it's from the Manyoshu. Didn't we do that poem in class just a month or 2 ago? Did we? I forgot everything I learned in the entire semester as soon as I turned in my last final. Maybe... I'm wondering if this is gonna be Kazuaki acting differently or not. I forget how this... It's been... maybe 6 months since I played this game, but I have a really bad memory. 6 months is enough for me to forget most of what's going on. I remember like all the very important stuff, but this bonus stuff I forgot some of the stuff. So maybe we might get normal acting Kazuaki, but the fact that he's already reciting poetry is kind of a little unlikely for the Kazuaki you know in Hatoful Boyfriend. I do not recall, sir. Oh yeah, this is gonna be the different Kazuaki. Oh, maybe the problem is with my instruction? I'm sorry. He seems incredibly disheartened. You need more emotional brawn, sir. Please don't look so down, Mr. Nanaki. I feel like I'm bullying you or something. I'm just not diligent enough. Please don't be sad. You'll do just fine. You're so nice, Tasaka. But don't forget to review. You might have proficiency tests coming up soon. If you make me start thinking about proficiency tests first thing in the new year, then I'll be the one who's sad. Anyway, are you here to visit the shrine then too, sir? Want to go together? Would that be okay? Are you sure you don't want to go? Are you sure you'd like to go with me? Gosh dang, see, I told you, I don't read well, it just... Stuff does not flow off my tongue as I wish it would. I apologize. I'm alone today too. Oh, I see. Okay then, let's go. Thank you, Tasaka. May my proficiency test not end in total heartbreaking, dream-crushing failure. May I become a little, even if just a tiny little bit more would be okay, less emotionally delicate. Jeez. You can't go making a puny little wish like that, sir. That's why you're emotionally delicate. Wish for something tougher, like, I wish to attain the spirit of a mighty conquering emperor, or something. Really? I'm not a hunter-gatherer like you, Tasaka. I wouldn't want that. I'd be happy just to be a little more average. Mr. Uzune said so, too. He complains about how you get offended. Oh, that's what Hiyoko's saying. Mr. Uzune said so, too. He complains about how you get offended easily and always start crying, and it's way too hard to pick his words that carefully, so he wishes you'd shape up a little. He does always point that out to me, too. And Dr. Iwamine... I keep forgetting to read that. Oh, yeah, this is Hiyoko saying it, not Kazuaki. And Dr. Iwamine said he's never seen someone as delicate as you before. He wants to use you for some experiments. What? That's scary. Did Iwamine really say that? He did his creepy laugh, so I don't think he was too much more than half serious. There are tears in his eyes already. We pick on you because you cry this easily, sir. I'll be spending a lot of good time with you all, so I do need to get better. And I'll do my best on the proficiency tests. So you can try hard with your mental training, right? Maybe you'll at least harden your tear ducts a little. Thank you, Tasaka. I'll do my best. No, come on, don't cry. I hope your reputation for total uselessness recovers fully. That's not right, Tasaka. If it did that, I'd be useless again. So yeah, that was probably weird to witness, considering you don't understand what the heck, and that is, yeah, long hell time. Yeah, I've done every single one of these, so yeah, okay. Hong Hell invited me to visit the shrine for New Year's Day today. Isn't he really Catholic, though? I hadn't expected to be invited out for something like this. Maybe it'll turn out that he lives in the shrine. That's incorrect, Edelblau. Oh, Angel! Happy New Year! My parents in this world are not engaged in the business of shrines. They are of a clan whose august duty is to market the silver beings to the world. Silver beings? What are those? So they're not shrine keepers? How do people usually refer to your job? Fishmongery. Oh, I see! I see, but I can't imagine Angel going home every day to a fish store. We must not let time slip by, Edelblau. We must obtain the legendary sacred bow, Holy Slasher, before it falls into the hands of the other side. But weren't we going to visit the shrine? My flesh is cursed. I can feel my crimson breast throb just from approaching the sacred ground. Blessing is forbidden is forbidden to me. I only need a blade. Let us go, Edelblau. Angel bravely enters the shrine precincts. I guess I'll be in for another year of having no idea what Mr. Eccentric Filipino Dove is talking about. So, do you see what you're looking for, Angel? Angel silently rummaging around the shrine office. What are you looking for? Did I not tell you? I seek for the legendary sacred bow, Holy Slasher. Sacred bow? Shrines aren't weapon shops. They probably don't have anything like that. Actually, I'm in a shrine office. Or actually in a shrine office, maybe. You mean, Hamaya? That is the name of the people of this world have given it. I am a person of this world too, Angel. Just call it that from the start. Maybe next time bring me a dictionary and have subtitles. Hamaya, they usually sell them here. Oh. They're sold out, Angel. No. This cannot be. The sacred bow has fallen into their hands? Angel stands still, looking terribly shocked. Are Hamaya that popular? I don't think I've ever bought anything from a shrine aside from charms and the occasional votive picture. It's okay, Angel. Maybe they'll be back in stock tomorrow. Are you suggesting that we stand and fight in the ground, or fight on through this suffering despite having met with the deepest sorrow and despair, Edelblau? I don't mind. You invited me because you were lonely on your own, right? I'll come looking for Hamaya with you whenever if you want. Edelblau. He seems relieved. So this is what it means to rescue his soul from the eternity of a painful solitude. I thank you, Edelblau. I'm glad we were able to fight alongside one another today. It was nothing, Angel. I hope we can find a Hamaya for you tomorrow. Indeed. See you tomorrow then. Bye-bye. Wait. Edelblau. Do you not feel something? Something? Like the winter cold? No. A creeping dread. A growing malaise. Or perhaps a light? A light? The sky is the same winter sky as always, and the lights from the shop windows don't look any different. What's he talking about? A world is but the light reflected from the fragment of its broken mirror. The fragments write out the destiny of every star in the heavens. Is your azure soul satisfied with the world and the fate you see before you now? Or perhaps it has been charmed by the fate written by a different shard of the mirror. If that is the case, then I shall. You know, I've played this game before and I still don't really quite understand what he's referencing, but I think he's probably, maybe, I could be wrong, but I might be talking about the events that are about to happen in these two chapters. I don't know though. Just two last bonus things before I move on to the radio, but oh no. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, that ended a little bit too short. I want to know. Angel is one of my favorites, so I really want to understand what he's talking about. Oh, but alas, this is a character that you you shouldn't know this guy. This is Albert's Elaine something another? I don't know. He shows up in the first chapter of this game, so he has to deal with Sakuya, basically. We'll learn a little bit more about Sakuya through this, but also a little bit more about Albert and Albert's secret, apparently. Short episode, Albert's secret. Albert is a crow. Oh, he is a crow. That's what I was wondering. I was wondering earlier today, is he a crow or is he a raven? But he's a crow. Albert is the crow implied as Sakuya's brother. Or butler. Not brother. What the heck? I'm still... Every time I say Sakuya and something that starts with a B, I think about Yuya. Therefore, Sakuya's brother. Apparently, Yuya doesn't care for him. The super agent is mobilizing all of his resources to investigate this mysterious butler. It says short episode, but it's actually kind of a lengthy one, and if I recall correctly, it was like 30 minutes for me to read. But then again, I think I was falling asleep while I was reading it the first time because I was staying up all through the night to read this all in one sitting, like the entirety of this game. It was really bad. I shouldn't have done that. But then again, I might be doing something just as bad because it's already like 12, and I decide that maybe I should start streaming at this time of night because I'm an idiot. Yes, that is terribly suspicious. A footprint here, another there. I don't want to consider the possibility, but perhaps. Salutations, Sakia. Bah, the idiots always come crawling out of the woodwork as soon as the frost melts. And by idiots, I mean you. So as you can see, we're going to play as Yuya in this chapter. No Hyoka this time, that's why I didn't give us the option to choose our name. Harsh from the get-go, as always. Come on, can't you show me one of your happy springtime smiles? Doesn't your young heart feel joy and gaiety at the turn of the seasons? Why should I smile because it's spring? You're gibbering nonsense as always. What am I supposed to be? The March Hare? Anyway, what do you want? I don't remember inviting you. And in any case, I'm forbidden by your father to speak with you? Don't worry, I know. I'm going to be moving to college next week. I won't be too far away, but I thought I'd drop by to let you know. Why would I care where you live? Were you hoping for a surprise housewarming? Well, you know, as your brother, I'd be really happy to have you drop by once in a while to hang out, if you feel like it, you know. Do you mean to insult me, mongrel? Hardly. Of course I don't. Anyway, my address is on here. If you need help with anything, just let me know. Even if I ever did, you'd be the last person I'd ask. I like to think I'd come in handy in a pinch at least. More like you to show up and act like you've got everything under control, but then in the end are completely useless. Why don't you just get your act together already? Sharp words. Oh, such sharp words. Not that I mind. In that case, why not give me a call when you're not in trouble? What are you talking about? Do you think that I have the time to be... Master Sakia? Ah, Albert. What is it? Your afternoon tea is ready, sir. But you appear to be busy, so shall I serve it later? No, I shall take it now. Pay this imbecile no mind. Understood, sir. Right. We brothers need no need for formality. We are brothers is what I meant to say, not we brothers, what the heck. That's not what I meant. Will you be staying for tea, Master Yuya? Nah, I'll pass. I'm on my way to meet someone. Nice talking to you, Sakia. Adieu. Now where in here and with the yellow crest? Oh, I know who he's talking about. Ah, there he is. Sorry to keep you waiting. Not at all. You're just on time, Sakazaki Yuya. Sit down, I'll make this quick. Info you requested came in. I heard them doing a background check on Albert, the girl working for the Lebel family. That was fast. What did you turn up? It's just as you thought. He's not a butler. Right. Had you already found something out? No, it was just a hunch. I never felt comfortable around him. Were you poking into his history just because you don't like his personality? Hardly. I'm not that childish. You can feel the tension just by standing next to him. He doesn't feel like a servant at all. Is he a spy? It takes one to know one, as they say. No, but you're not far off. He's an assassin. Oh. Who's he targeting? The head of the family or... Calm down, youngster. He's been in the Lebel family for more than 5 years. If he was after one of them, he'd have done it and been gone years ago. But he could be waiting for a signal. Can't really argue with that. Sit back down, Sakazaki. Killing is his job. Confronting him without knowing your target or client is too risky. True. Sorry. Let me know if anything else turns up. That's better. Know your opponent before you strike. His full name is Albert Elaine Alkin. People in the community know him as the Faceless Triple Ace. Sounds like something out of an RPG. His high success rate has earned him a reputation, but he doesn't stick with one client long. So not many people know what he looks like. That's where it comes from. To think he'd turn up now of all times. Have you met him before? No, not in person. An old friend and co-worker went up against him in his final mission. That's all. Happens a lot. If you stick around long enough, don't sweat it. Just remember it. Right. Don't give up on anything just because it's him. We'll stay cautious and investigate everyone involved in the Level family. I'm going to stake out the mansion. I'll let you know if anything happens. And now I've been standing here for a few days and nothing's happened. What is he up to? Every night he comes out and stands completely still right there. Is he watching for intruders? I can't read him at all. Directly above him is a window. Looks like a bathroom? He wouldn't be standing there for some sort of sick voyeurism, would he? Bathrooms have always been good places to commit the extra messy sorts of crime. Could he maybe be standing here because... Ah! A sharp dagger appears in his wing and he takes off. You think I'll let you? Master Yuya, I'm aware that you do not like me. May I ask that you do not interfere with my work all the same? Talk now. Who hired you? Who's your target? I'm not permitted to say. Forgive me. If you won't talk, then I'll make you. Unfortunately, it's time for me to go back to work. If you have some business with me, then please call again. Gah! Sakuya, run! Run, Sakuya! It was a success, sir. Well done. Did you take them alive? They surrendered as soon as they saw the blade. Saw my blade. Gosh dang. I took them without injuring them, as you directed me. Oh, it's you don't know these people, but these two weird dove-esque things show up in the first chapter. They're not really too important, except for the first chapter, but they're kind of around always. And they only say Merry Christmas, kind of like Okusan only says Ku. So, don't worry about it. You're not getting really spoilers or stuff, I don't think. Merry Christmas! No, don't hurt us. I knew it was you, you reprobates. You will feel the back of the hand of justice for this. First I shall... Get away from him, Sakuya! What are you doing here, Sakazaki? Albert is after your life. Get out of here. Merry Christmas! What's happening? You seem to have misunderstood. These white things have been infiltrating and making use of my bathroom for the past few days. I asked Albert to capture them in the act. Infiltrating? Merry Christmas! What a nice bath it is, Mirokaku's favorite. That doesn't mean that you can just come in and use it. But wait. Do you know who he is? What on earth are you talking about? Albert is my butler. Nothing more and nothing less. I saw him with a dagger. I told him he could threaten them into submission if they resisted. Sakia, he's an assassin. Yes, and? Y- You already knew? Correct. Or, that's actually not Sakia. Correct. What's going on here? You know who he is, but you keep him around anyway? Yes, that's right. Is there something wrong with that? Of course there is. A professional assassin wouldn't place himself in an aristocrat's house just for fun. He must be after your father. There's no other way. Ah, I see. You've misunderstood terribly and came running here to tell me about it. How like a commoner you are. Merry Christmas! Things are getting complicated. Miru and Kaku don't know what to do. Merry Christmas! Miru and Kaku will sit here and say nothing until you're finished talking. Please do. I agree, because I don't want them to be talking right now. They're kind of unimportant, just... especially for this, please. Stay out of this, you silly two idiot thingies. I don't know what the heck. This will take some time. Shall I explain to Master Yuya for you, sir? No, it's fine. I'll do it. Certainly sounds like I'm missing something here. I would love it if you'd clue me in. What is an assassin doing in the Lebel household? Who is he working for? As you can see, he is working for me. As a butler and as an assassin. What? Have you sunk that far into the intrigues of nobility, Sakia? No. Don't lump me in with those other fools who can't get anything done without sneaking around into shadows. But you employ an assassin? That's right. An assassin needs a target. Who are you after, Albert? Master Sakuya. What? I knew it. I can't let you live. Good gracious, calm down before someone gets hurt. Let me tell you the story from the beginning to end. Then maybe you'll understand why I keep him with me. Must have been about 6 years now. I was still living in the mansion of southern France. Albert arrived just as the last leaves were falling, at the start of winter. I don't think I'm going to be doing Sakia's voice throughout this because it's going to be terrible monologuing as Sakia. Ugh. Albert arrived just as the leaves... Oh yeah. Apparently he'd been referred to the head butler, and so he was hired. My first impression of him was as a disturbingly elaborate apparatus. It was always businesslike, and after a while I started to doubt that he had emotions of his own at all. While he was the most capable of our servants, his cold demeanor made him hard to approach. It was a little questionable for a butler. Even the other servants found him distasteful. I felt some respect for his capability, though. He would wake up before anyone else, only to go to bed after everyone was asleep. Or maybe he never slept at all? I don't think anyone ever saw him fall asleep. Good night, Master Sakuya. What about you, Albert? What about me, sir? Aren't you going to sleep? No, that's Sakuya. Aren't you going to sleep? You were out late and on an errand for my father last night, were you not? That was nothing, sir. Please do not concern yourself with me. In any case, he worked hard. He never missed a detail. He was strong, and he was smart. If it weren't for his attitude, he would have been the perfect butler. He could easily handle the work of 10 people. Soon the servants who had hired trailed after me grew... I don't know why I'm reading that wrong. Ugh. Soon the servants who had always trailed after me grew fewer and fewer, until it was just Albert and me. The incident happened on a snowy night in late winter. Father, mother, and the other children had been invited to a party across the border. I was entrusted with the house, and the preparations for an assembly we were planning to hold in the mansion soon after. It was a great honor. Father had always singled me out as his favorite for the succession. It would be an opportunity for me to gain the experience I would need as the next head of the family. But there were others who didn't think so well of me. and that snowy night must have seemed the perfect chance to get rid of me once and for all. Let me go. Who are you? Such fine plumage. You're the fourth son of the Lebel family, yes? Who's asking? Unhand me, villain. There are some people that feel like that your life places them at a disadvantage. And you are so young, too. What a pity. But this is my job. You've only your blood to blame. Oh. The blade, grown cold as ice in the winter air, neatly severs the carotid artery? Don't know. Brilliant red spurts wildly across the hard floor. But it wasn't coming from me. Albert? That was not the most desirable outcome. The assassin who had pinned me behind the from behind crumpled silently to the floor. Gosh dang. Can't read. I can't stop complaining that I can't read either. Jeez. I just need to frickin' get over it. Standing on the other side of the pool of blood was the Black Crow. Albert wiped the blood from his blade and knelt to examine the corpse. I must thank you, Albert. If you had been a few seconds later... Yes. A few seconds later, and I too would have been unable to fill my contract. Contract? Albert was leaning over the body. I couldn't see his face. It was probably as blank as always, anyway. But, unfortunately, it would appear that my client has voided the contract anyway. This is the same paper as was given to me. I won't be removing you now, Master Sakuya. Gruesome intrigues aren't uncommon among the powerful elite, but it was the first time I'd become involved in one myself. But if I heard people I'd met at parties or like that disappearing, being murdered, or having suspicious accidents, many number of times. But I didn't understand. An assassin was targeting me. Albert killed the assassin, but Albert was targeting me as well? Was this just a fight over prey? You came here to... Yes, sir. That was my intent. My client has violated the contract, so I no longer have any reason to do so. I have a mountain of questions for you, Albert. You will answer them. The confidentiality I have with the client's violation. What do you want to know, sir? He remained as distant as ever while I questioned him. Apparently, circumstances were as follows. There were 5 children of 8 different mothers in the Lebel household. An elder sister, an elder brother, twin brothers, and me. The Lebel family had always chosen its heirs on ability, and I, the youngest son, was clearly the favorite. But my stepmothers were not going to take that lying down. The mother of my eldest brother had hired Albert to infiltrate the mansion under the guise of a butler and wait for an opportunity to kill me. That night, she became impatient. She hired another assassin independent of Albert. You slipped in as a butler as you were ordered. You were never liked, but you were hardly treated as a stranger. If she wanted to kill me, wouldn't it have been more certain to just wait for you to finish me off? I cannot understand why she would bring in another assassin now of all times. I can only guess that the client became impatient. I have been with you for longer than I estimated, so perhaps she feared that the plot had been exposed. It would seem that I did not gain her complete confidence, and that I regret. Do you mean to say that she was afraid that you, having grown close to me, would be unable to carry out your orders? And so she brought in an unrelated third party? I am terribly sorry that I could not be able to deliver the full value to her. Had she but given me the signal, I would have been able to complete the contract at any time, but... He was as detached as ever, unconcerned that it was the very target that he was speaking to. Perhaps his black feathers really do hide a machine, with no flesh and blood at all. Strangely, I His calm, infectious... Ugh, I keep skipping that. His calm was infectious. It was amusing, and at the same time it allowed me to remain composed while I considered my own position. The client contracted me to take care of you, Master Sakia, but at the same time interfered with my work before giving me the signal to act. Had you died, I would be unable to complete the contract. Well, it's true. The only place a man can rest without fear is the assassin's blade is his own grave. Master Sakia must remain alive if he is to be assassinated. I took care of this gentleman here to preserve that state of affairs. You mean it wasn't out of your devotion and love for me? Ho ho, you don't mince words, Albert. Indeed, sir. Now then, do you have any more questions, sir? I fear it is time for me to depart. You're leaving our service? As I mentioned, the client annulled our contract by calling in a third party. I shall be returning to my usual world until I'm called upon in the next client. Your usual world? Wait, couldn't you be rehired and come after me again? I cannot say. It would depend on who approaches me. I was sure after that night's events of what I had expected all along. He had probably thrown away whatever emotion he was born with long ago. He followed his own rules with the utmost perfection, and beyond that, nothing. He would leave the mansion, and if he were hired to target me again, he would kill me without hesitation or remorse. Wait, Albert. I shall not allow you to leave. Stay. I am not a butler, Master Sakia. This mansion is not the place for me. I will hire you. If you mean as a butler, then I must refuse. If it is as an assassin you are after, then we can talk. If I let him out of my sight, he will surely become a threat. I have to keep him here. But how can I hire him as a butler? A bodyguard? No, he wouldn't accept that either. Meaning, yes, Albert, I want you as an assassin. And who will I be targeting? Me. You, Master Sakia? That's right. Is that not allowed? I cannot think of any precedent, but there is no reason it should not be. In that case, I order you to remain in the Lebel household under the guise of a butler and await my signal. Understood. Let us write up the contract. So, apparently, Albert has no freaking emotion, but I don't know if I really quite buy into that, because that kind of trickery doesn't sound like something that Albert would buy into. Like, clearly Sakia has no intention of dying. It's not like he plans on Sakia giving him the signal. So I'm guessing personally that maybe Albert does have some connection to Sakia, and I mean, at least for anyone else that tries to assassinate Sakia, he's there to make sure that Sakia is alive, so he does get to do a job assassinating others. But it's just always kind of weird to me that he just kind of fell for, yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks this, but it's like, that's super contradictory to how he is. He was described as really smart. I don't think he would be one to just fall for this idiocy. But, I mean, whatever. In other words, I am his client, and his target as well. Clever, don't you think? And I mean, he's explaining this right in front of Albert, so clearly Albert should be catching on and be like, I see that you don't really intend to have me as an assassin. I think I should be going now, type deal thing. But, I mean, whatever. I'm still going under the idea that Albert does have some emotions hidden under there, and that he does enjoy his time with Sakia, otherwise he would be gone. It does let you keep him by, provided you can't give that signal. Provided you don't give that signal. Besides, Albert is excellent. If someone else in the mansion were to make an attempt on my life, He would protect me with his own. After all, he can't kill me if I'm already dead. Indeed, sir. That sounds pretty hair-trigger kind of relationship. But at the same time, it's a very good way of keeping tabs on an otherwise dangerous assassin. I don't know, Sakuya. It still bothers me. Oh, just who do you think I am? Any true aristocrat needs to have a dangerous pawn or two on hand. You don't... I don't like you, Albert, but Sakuya seems to have this sorted out. But if you end up hurting him, I'll hunt you to the ends of the earth and back. Remember that. Understood, Master Sakuya. Or Master Yuya. Psh, don't know why. Merry Christmas. Everybody looks so serious. Mirio and Kaku can't handle this kind of pressure. Merry Christmas! We'll make our escape while they're distracted. Hooray! Get back here, you two. I haven't lectured you yet. Merry Christmas! After them, Albert. Catch them and bring them back here. Understood, sir. And that's the end of that. Okay, I've done all of these boys. I've done that one. That's Legumintine's one. This is... oh, that's the Angel one. Albert. So this is all that's left along with the radio, but I'm gonna move... maybe I shouldn't move on to the radio? Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna do this, but... this might have some spoilers? Maybe not. I'm gonna just go into it. Hopefully this doesn't spoil anything for you kitten giggles. It's kind of weird and gonna make like no sense. I did this early as well before I figured out why the heck things were the way they were in this chapter, and only after beating the game and revisiting it did I actually realize that, oh, that's why this is weird. Short episode, preliminary inspection. The greatest event in a bird's high school career, the field trip. A little before everybody puffs up their chests with excitement, the professor of St. Pigeonations go to do a preliminary inspection. Hitori, Kazuaki, and Shu are walking around Kyoto. It's a pigeon-oriented tour. It's been a while since I traveled like this. Do we go to Kyoto every year? Yes, I believe so. We went abroad once, but traveling has gotten harder with all the efforts being made to prevent the spread of infection. Airplanes scare me, so I'm glad we don't have to do that anymore. And Kyoto has all kinds of nice foods. I can't wait. We're here for one night, and we've got a lot of ground to cover. Let's make sure not to waste any time. The group activities in the first day will be lunch after we arrive, then to the Rokaku-do. Rokaku-do. After that, 2 hours of free time. We'll have to make sure we're prepared for that trip. Apparently there's a shop in the entertainment district called Sujiri that sells really good parfaits. And after that, Yasaka Shrine. Oh my gosh, there's like so much Japanese everything here that I can't quickly pronounce things as fast as I want. I don't know Japanese words very well. Or even references to real places, probably. I mean, Kyoto is a real place, so there's probably mentioning real places that exist, I'm guessing. Actually, they do go to visit a place that does have some relation to pigeons, so I do know that they probably are mentioning real life places that are in Kyoto. It might be better to have everyone meet up somewhere near the business district instead of going back to the Rokaku-do. That does give everyone a little bit more free time. What do you think, Doctor? A lot of them will probably go to Kyogoku. That seems reasonable. And there's a cute little candy shop near Kamagawa. let's confirm where we'll stop by. Gosh dang. Let's confirm where we'll stop the bus and check how long it will take to walk from here. It doesn't look like it's too far judging from the map. I'll keep track of time. Shall we go? I think so. It's very helpful to have you along, Professor Uzune. Ramune is supposed to be really good for this time of year too. I can't wait. Wait, huh? Wait, Izune, Iwamine, don't leave me behind. Walking from Karasuma and Kawahara does take a little while. Gosh dang, I really cannot read this chapter. I apologize for my incompetence. Horikawa Liquors, Nishikikoji Dry Goods. Oh my gosh, I can't believe there's a Nishikikoji Dry Goods right now. That's awesome. These all look like pretty old buildings. This is a very scheduled neighborhood. We'll have to make sure that... Or secluded, not scheduled. What the heck? It's a very secluded neighborhood. We'll have to make sure the students don't get carried away as we're going through. The whole city is like this, aside from the business district. A killing or an abduction or two could happen on any of these streets and no one would ever know. I try to keep the threatening conversation to a minimum while traveling, alright, Doctor? They say old demons are attracted by that sort of thing. Demons? If there are any here, I would love to take one home to examine. Zune, wait. You haven't been here but half a day. Here, have some tea. Thank you, Izune. Maybe I should have Iwamine look... Okay, I cannot read. I'm slowly devolving into illiteracy. Maybe I should have Iwamine take a look at me and make sure I'm doing okay. I'm here to prepare for the field trip. I have no obligation to look after you. Uzune! Yes, yes. Just a little longer and then we'll stop for lunch, okay? Alright, let's go. We've been walking for a long day. The only thing left here is to head to the inn. What is it? You sound as if you regret having ever been born. I do think I shouldn't have been born. Uzune, Iwamine is picking on me again. Oh yes, it would seem so. Yes. What happened? Spit it out already. You're being a waste of time. I forgot the reservation slip for the inn. You forgot the slip? Oh no. And the map was with it? You were the one who said you could carry the light things. I'm sorry. What was the inn called? At any rate, I can call ahead, and then... There is no need to be alarmed. The reservation is in the school's name. We should be fine if we just show them our IDs. That's true. If we could just find it. It's the same place as last year. Do not worry, I remember where it is. Ah, perfect. I'm really, really sorry. I really should just die. Do you want to jump off right here? No! If I did, I'd die. Uzune? Uzune! Uzune! What is it? Oh, good. You were awake? Or you were awake, exclamation mark, not question mark, what the heck? I wasn't. You just woke me up. Don't talk like that, it's scary. We're friends, aren't we? But this is work. We're at the inn now, it's okay. Anyway, what is it? If you don't go to sleep soon, you won't be able to wake up tomorrow. I need to go. Good night. Uzune! Go by yourself. There aren't any ghosts here. But this is Kyoto. There are definitely ghosts. Even if there are, they won't eat you or anything. You just don't have any sixth sense. It's fine. Good night. Uzune! This time is for St. Pigeon Nation's sightseeing tour. We'll just go for a little while. We have time, right? This episode mentioned plenty of places from the real world. Since we're here, we'll be introducing a few of the pigeon-related locations. Yeah, this is what I remember. Pigeon-relevant locations in Kyoto. Yay! Uzune is going to show us around Kyoto. You're going to do some explaining too. What? You were just here for the preliminary inspection. I can't. All I did was follow you and Iwamine around. The doctor already went home. He said he's busy and doesn't want to do overtime. Oh well, I guess I'll go ahead by myself. Oh, I'm also thinking about what I have to do after I finish this short chapter. I want to be going on to the radio segments, and as bad as I'm reading right now, I'm just realizing how bad it's gonna be when I get to that, because that's gonna have like letters from actual people sent in to MOA and stuff like that. So the creator of this game, so oh boy, we're gonna have to read some of the really intense people, and oh no. Wait, don't leave me behind! First, Rokakudo. Prince Shotoku bathed here and had the temple built. He bathed here and had it built? That sounds a little strange. If you're interested, try looking it up online. It's a place with a lot of history, so you should be able to find plenty of information. Rokakudo is in the center of the city, and is easily accessible from Kyoto and Kawahara stations. Here, look at this map. A local resident. Confusing guide to Rokakudo. 3 minutes from Karasuma Oku Station. Gosh dang. 5 minutes from Karasuma Station. There we go. This map is confusing. I get lost if I try to follow it. You would get lost trying to follow a proper map too. We're introducing Rokakudo because, as you can see, there are a lot of pigeons inside the compound. As you can see from the local residents. You can even get fortune slips with doves. Oh my gosh, that's... If I ever visit Japan, I'm gonna have to go here and get a fortune slip with a dove. Oh, it's wonderful. They also sell pigeon hand towels. Oh, and files and things. Wonderful. Do they have any quails? No. You can buy birdseed too if you want to try touching the doves. The doves here are used to humans and very aggressive, and they'll charge at you in a flock if they see a bag of seeds. You might want to wear long sleeves if you have any delicate skin. Why? I don't take the whole bag. Come back. We'll introduce one more place. I know this one. Your enemy is Honnoji, right? Yes, this is Honnoji. It's famous for the Honnoji incident, when one of Oda Nobunaga's generals forced him to commit suicide in the temple. It's about 20 minutes by foot from Rokakudo. It's a little bit far, so you might want to take the train instead. It's just one stop. Are there any pigeons here too? This time I'll touch them without having them stealing my seeds. No, there are no pigeons. There aren't? Then why are we introducing it? The thing we're introducing is actually this. The Dove Perch Temple? They call it Kyokyo-do. That's kind of cute, actually. Kyokyo-do. Okay. It's certainly a very dovey place. What is it? The Kyokyo-do is a Japanese stationery shop with a history over 300 years long. It's right in front of Hinoji. 300 years? That's awfully persistent. I should learn from it. As the name suggests, there are various dove-themed ornaments throughout the interior of the shop. And of course, there's dove stationery as well. Sometimes they switch it out as a seasonal product, so make sure to check ahead of time. That's all for now. Thanks for sticking around. That was a very pigeon-relevant tour. Kyoto is practically made of historical sites and tourist draws, so there's no real need for us to introduce the famous places. If you look, you'll find plenty of information already available. That's true, and there are a lot of wonderful things to see. And don't forget about Nishikikoji's Starbucks. It's just a 5-minute walk from the Rokaku... What the heck? Starclux. It's fantastic. And I totally forgot about this. This is wonderful. It's just a 5-minute walk from the Rokaku-do. According to 2015, whenever this game was released at least. Or maybe it was released earlier, I don't know. I know that this version that I'm playing, I think, was released in 2015, so that's only 2 years ago. That's hard to believe. I remember when this came out, and I had not played the original Hatoful Boyfriend when this came out, so sadly, this didn't mean anything to me, but I was still very much interested because I've heard about Hatoful Boyfriend and how it was a pigeon dating sim, and I'm like, one of these days I'm going to play the original, and then maybe I might play that second one, but probably not. Little did I know I was going to become, like, really obsessed with birds and get into the series, like, really hardcore. I mean, I'm glad that I became obsessed with birds just so I can experience these two games. They're wonderful. And then, also, birds are wonderful, too. Did something odd just get inserted there? Also, this information is... Oh, so this is July 2012, so that's 5 years ago now. Almost exactly 5 years now. Make sure to get the confirmation before planning a trip around it. Alright, I'm going to enjoy Kyoto to the fullest now. I think first I'll get some cider cider candy. Wait. What is it? Do you want to come too? The store is closed today. It is? And poor Kazuaki, always getting the short end of the stick because he's Kazuaki. So, I don't know how weird that was for you, Kitten Giggles, saying Kazuaki. I don't know if you're still here, I probably put you to sleep or something, but... yeah, to see the two... You get to see Hitori and Kazuaki in the same scene, that's like... Does that make sense? It makes sense if you play this game, but... Yeah, it's weird. But onto the radio. We got 6 parts of this, and it's already been like 2 hours. I did not anticipate to take this long, doing all that bonus stuff. But hopefully all this won't take too long. Part 1, Living with Birds. The how and why of St. Paginations. Question box. Hi everybody, I'm Kaora Ryota, a rocked up from 2-3. And I seem to be in charge of the questions corner. I'm sorry I keep apologizing to you. That's like all that's going on. You're just like, it's okay, it's fine, I'm fine, and I just continue to apologize anyway. I want to apologize for that, but I'll resist. I think you can all tell what we're going to be doing just from this name, but since it's the first time, I'll explain. In the how and why questions box, I'll be answering letters you all sent in. I wish I wasn't a Hatoful Boyfriend when this was a thing so that I could have sent in a question. I wouldn't really have had a question to ask, but just to be witness to that this was going on, it's really, really cool. And it's probably Japanese only because I know that this probably took some time before it got to, maybe not, because there's a time between Hatoful Boyfriend and Holiday Star, so there probably would have been a time where Hatomoa was allowing questions from both Japanese and English audiences. I don't know, that's interesting to me. Not just questions, though. It looks like we'll be doing some shoutouts and random sides. All sorts of things. It'll be pretty relaxed. Bear with us. Because this is the first time I've made sure to pick things that which don't spoil any of the BBL route from the full version. If you haven't finished yet, spoiler landmines can be scary. But don't worry, there won't be any of those here. Let's get started then. Now, for our first letter, from one Aviophile, this is a historic moment, everybody. If you get married to Hiyoko, well, you'll be the one wearing the wedding dress, right, Ryota? Right? You seem awfully sure about this. Actually, Hiyoko told me a little about her dream wedding a long time ago. Ugh. She said she wanted to a bungee jump wedding. I can't remember where, but apparently there's a place where you can go have the entire ceremony while oscillating several meters above the ground. If she wants to have a bungee wedding, a dress would be risky for either of us. It would be nice if we could wear our street clothes. Anyway, next letter. This one is from Miss Bird Love. Let's see. Did birds' lifespans change at all when they were ascended? I don't know what life expectancies were like before, but some have increased over the past 100 years or so. Larger parrots and things have always been long-lived, and so didn't change much. But smaller birds like quails and things live several times as long now. Doves still have much shorter lives than humans, though. That's just how it is. Oh, sorry, we're getting gloomy already. Let me change the course a little. Let's regroup and move on to the next letter. This one is from Kanako Mikan. To Hiyoko, nice to meet you. I have lost my heart to your wild lifestyle. Being a hunter-gatherer must be hard, in a lot of ways. Have you ever had trouble with any particular animal or had to live through something really difficult? I was told to answer anything for Hiyoko as best as I could. Hiyoko's really something. She's been a wild and rugged ever since we were very young. I've always admired her too. She never really complained, so I'm not sure if I know anything that's really given her trouble. One thing I could think of would be the time her den got hijacked. Once, her house got invaded by a bunch of jackals while she was at school. It looked really tough. As long as there are living creatures, there will always be turf wars. She said the fight with the boss jackal lent an entirely new meaning to the phrase domestic violence. So maybe that's a good example of a quarry which gave her trouble as well. Then again, in the end, they reconciled and she welcomed into the jackal tribe as a brother. So maybe it was more of a pair of Yankees having the sunset fist fight on the riverbank than a hunter and her prey. That was really choppy sentence I read. And the next letter is addressed to Nageki. From one Hatoful Karis. What do you wish for on Tanabata? I've always felt sad not seeing your card. I think we should have we should have him answer this himself. Nageki, are you here? What? Oh good, I was worried I'd have to call you on the announcer. Is that microphone on? Yep, we're on the air right now. Oh, wait, don't leave yet. No, I don't want to be recorded. Just answer one question, please. Fine. But once answered, I'm leaving. Thank you. This letter was asking if you make wishes on Tanabata. I'd like to know what you'd wish for, too. I don't. Wishes are for superstitious children. Dr. Iwamine always makes one. Oh. Did you make them when you were younger? Yes. What sort of things did you wish for back then? Nothing. Nothing special. Things like, I hope my family stays happy. Harmless things like that. I'm always hoping for the same thing. I know how it is. Are we done? I'm leaving. Oh yes, sorry for holding up. See ya. Right. He really cares about his family. I wonder what they're like. They must all be quiet, calm birds like him. The next one is for San. It isn't signed. It's a bit long, but I'll try to read it. Oh, I think I know. I think this is the one I'm worried about. There's a few letters that are addressed to Oko-san, and I don't like most of those letters because, well, we'll see if this is the terrible one. Yeah, friggin' Nikaki. Oh boy. I'm assuming that you finished the BBL of Hatoful Boyfriend. Did you beat that game like 100%? Because, dang. I didn't get too teared up by his date route, like, or whatever you would want to call the, just kind of ending the route with them without doing the special ending. But whenever I did do the final ending of that game, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what's been going on. This is what, oh my gosh, Nikaki, how? I'm sorry. I mean, it was. I did shed some tears. I was like, "You game, you got me. You got me, game. You did it. Congrats." But I'll try to read it in one go. I don't even want to read this. This is really not cool. Oko-san, 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 Oko-san. Oko-san, 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 Oko-san. Smells good. I want to hiff Oko-san's pure white plumage. Wait, no, not hiff. Mofu, 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 crunchy, crunchy, mofu, mofu. My heart, festival. Oko-san so cute. Oko-san's voice is decided, yay. Cute, cute, too cute. Oko-san! I'm so glad the drama CDs are getting are getting to be sold? No, wait, this can't be. Gah! The drama CDs are not real. Wait, the games aren't real either. Oko-san is not real. No, no. Coo, no, darn it, I'm quitting. I'm quitting reality. Wait, he's looking at me? Oko-san, in my monitor, he's looking at me? He's looking at me. He's looking at me. The Oko-san on the blog. He's looking at me. He's talking to me in the game. Thank Pooty. I'm glad I'm still here. Yay! Okay, this is freaking unbearable. This is the worst. I have Oko-san. I did it. Louise. I did it, Louise. Could that be done alone? The drama CD, Oko-san. Angel, Ryota, Sakia, Yuya. Deliver my love to Oko-san. Deliver to him at St. Pigeonations. I can relate with Ryota with this, but I felt like I was gonna suffocate reading that. Coo. It has been delivered. Coo. Your love has been delivered. Coo. Will you accompany Oko-san on a journey? True pudding awaits. I think he understands. That's good. On that note, the last letter here is for San as well. Oh gosh. From one Ori makes me think of Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a great game, and I'm so happy that they're making another Ori game. I love Oko-san too much, and my heart is turning into a Hato heart. Is it easy to keep doves at home? I want to I want an Oko-san all of my own, to stroke it gently around and around. My goal is to have him ride on my shoulder. I know it isn't a casual decision, but do you think I could do that? No one around here has kept doves for some decades. The pet shop does not sell them either. Where did Oko-san come from? Is it a mystery? Would you terribly mind telling me? I think I'll start by talking about San's doctor. This will get a bit meta. San is modeled off of a dove named Oko-san kept by the creator. Of course, his portrait is a picture of the bird himself. In reality, he isn't interested in pudding at all. Please don't feed a dove pudding. Doves aren't particularly hard to care for, but anyone who's kept a budgie or a sparrow or anything should find it pretty easy. A racing bird would be little bit more difficult, but for a fantail or the like, a fairly small cage is fine. A rabbit cage works very well. However, doves aren't very common pets, so there aren't many veterinarians who know how to treat them. Doves are usually very healthy and rarely get sick, but you might want to make sure that there's a clinic nearby which can receive them just in case. They're not common in general pet stores, but there are usually sections for doves in places that specialize in birds. Have a look around. Good luck, Miss Ori. I hope you can have a wonderful birdie life. That's all for today. Thank you all for sending us letters. So, that was pretty easy to read up until freaking Oko-san part. At least we're done with that. At least that's done with in the first part. Because I don't like reading stuff like that, but I think there might be a few more things that are still very much unpleasant for me to read. But let's go optimistically. I do love this game, and it probably isn't going to be that bad. The how and why of Saint Pigeonation's question box. A Saint question box, I almost said. That would have been wonderful. Who the heck is Saint question box? Hello everybody, this is Kawara Ryota from Class 2-3. It's time for the second round of the Question Corner. Independent programs like this don't have to worry about viewer numbers, so we can take it easy. It's very relaxing. Are you two feeling relaxed? Anyway, this episode will be mostly spoiler-free as well. Spoilers for the BBL will probably start showing up in the second half, I think. At any rate, everyone can listen to this without worrying. Let's start looking at letters. This time there are 3 of them. 3 for me. First off, one came from an anonymous individual. You look like you look very good in girls' clothes, but how do you feel about cross-dressing? Is getting paid just an excuse? How do I feel? I'm not sure. I only ever cross-dress at work after all. It'd be sort of like if I worked at a convenience store and put some sort of emotional weight into the act of wearing an apron or something. It would be very strange. And as for it being an excuse, well, that seems odd too. It's just a normal part of life to me. On to the second letter. This one is from Ariko. I want to have Colleen be my personal maid. There's a time limit, but you can have me for any time you're at the cafe. I'll be waiting. And now for the third. From Colleen Sexual. I wonder if that's the person who comes by every Friday. To Colleen, you're always so cute. What kind of clothes do you like? You can tell me, right? I'd like to see you in more than a maid in Miko's clothes, too. Like maybe a sailor uniform? Come again soon, master. I don't usually do this outside the cafes, but I had to get me a sailor uniform for this, so I'll be back in a minute. I totally forgot about that. This is wonderful. Little screenshot. Let me take a screenshot. There we go. That's a nice screenshot. I tried making bento. Will you eat it with me? This is the first time I've worn a sailor uniform, actually. It's a little drafty for this time of year. Thank you, Ryota. That was wonderful. The next one is for Dr. Iwamine. Let's see if I can get him in here. What is it? Another stomachache? Was the last dose not enough? I do have something a little more powerful. With a 42% chance of painful death as a side effect, that is. What? That's too much of a mortality rate. I'm not in enough of a hurry to play Russian roulette, you know. And don't go changing the background music like that. This is the question corner, Doctor. There's a letter for you and me. May I read it for you? May I read it to you? What foolishness is... Very well. We shall discuss the compensation later, of course. I probably don't want to know what you'll ask for, but thank you. It's from someone named Yuya, and it was sent on December 6th. Ryo's birthday is the 3rd, right? Happy birthday! And the doctor is the 12th, so happy birthday to him too. Thank you, Yuya. This person seems quite well informed. May I ask you a favor? My birthday is the 7th. Could you celebrate for me? Just one congratulations from me would be better than Christmas and New Year's cards combined. Another December child. Happy birthday, Yuya. You should say something too, Doctor. Why? It is merely another year in their life. What reason is there to celebrate? Not that I had expected much from you anyway. I'm sorry, Yuya. I'll congratulate you for the doctor as well. Happy birthday! Merry Christmas! I feel like something else just slipped in there. Anyway, happy birthday. I hope you have a good year. If perhaps you have a change of heart and decide you would like me to have your limbs and organs replaced, do let me know. Ho ho ho. Don't even joke about that sort of thing, Doctor. Seeing as the doctor's here, I'll read a few more of these. This one is a question for the doctor from Just Pudding. Do you have a SECOM alarm in the infirmary? Do you, Doctor? No. I do not make a habit of relying on such establishments. I simply do not leave anything in there which would be troubling to have stolen. Use GoalGuard. Easy and safe. I think not, Mr. GoalGuard. The doctor doesn't seem interested. And that's where I hide. Pardon me, then. Please do call if you change your mind. You left a business card even though we didn't ask for it. I don't have any use for it. What about you, Doctor? Likewise. Yeah, really. Time for the last one. This one is from Helplessly in Love. I am helplessly in love with the round, adorable Chukar partridges. Do all Chukar partridges have the doctor's suspiciously fluffy face? What do you think, Doctor? A foolish question. I was visiting a town for the first time, and the first man I met had a round face. Does everyone in that town have a round face? Or something like that. It's from someone outside the school, so... it's from someone outside the school, so maybe you could answer less aggressively? Aggressive? Whatever do you mean? I believe I answered clear and concise fashion. There is no species of bird without individual differences. This is hard. I suppose the doctor is right. There are differences between individuals. Maybe the best way to see would be to go to the avian zoo in Kakegawa or Kobe. Chukar partridges' eyes aren't completely round, so they do look a little lethargic, or maybe suspicious. Although, when they hold their heads out, their necks are surprisingly thin. Yeah, actually, I've seen lots of videos with Chukar partridges, because, as I mentioned before, I'm a big bird enthusiast, and once I found out about like some of these birds that are kind of popular in Japan, I had to look into them. And by popular, I mean like I've seen people like on Twitter that have actual Chukar partridges. Like one in particular I know has like a dozen Chukar partridges that just like run around his house. And just seeing like videos of these things is kind of incredible. Especially knowing that the first time I ever saw two-car partridge was from Shu in Hauntiful Boyfriend, and you have this preconception of an evil doctor type of thing, and you just see these cute-ish birds that are running around just like any other bird, and you're just like, what? What? They're not evil maniacs? What the heck's going on? They can look like very vulnerable when taking dust bath too. Oh, I saw a bird taking a dust bath just like 3, 4 days ago. It was just a sparrow in my backyard, but there's a field, like a cornfield, right behind my backyard. A little farmer field. It's not necessarily always a cornfield, but between the actual where the corn is plotted this year and kind of like where my yard ends, there's still a little bit of kind of just dry patched ground, no grass or anything, and I saw a sparrow just dust bathing there. It was really wonderful. If you haven't seen a bird dust bathe, it's just kind of like a normal bath like that you'd see if a bird was using a bird bath, but instead of using water, it's just in dust and debris and stuff like that. It's adorable for sure. It's really cute. You should look it up for sure. I love sparrows too. Do you take dust baths, Doctor? What a quaint suggestion. Dust bathing is behavior which arose as a way of removing parasites from the body. Our lifestyles have progressed such that we no longer come in contact with parasites, and so it is no longer needed. You must do it every once in a while, then. A defenseless dust-bathing Dr. Iwamine. A fascinating idea, if only because of how hard it is to imagine. I think I'd like to see it. Curiosity killed the cat. Yes, I know. Is that enough? I believe the material from the last night's experiment will be ready soon, and I would very much like to go home. Yes, we're done. Sorry for holding you up. Thank you. Why is everybody so uncooperative? I hope I can have someone who will play along next time. And again, there are so many letters for the doctor. I'll have to bring him back on at some point. Maybe next time I should get him a present or something to butter him up beforehand. That's all, folks. Thank you for all the letters. Oh no, I forgot about this one. In fact, when I first played this game, the first thing I did was the radio, because I thought it was going to be inconsequential stuff, so I did like the first 3 episodes of the radio. So I was really confused about, I think this episode in particular. I thought it was funny, but I didn't really quite understand Nishikikoji very well. Some other stuff that show up I think I didn't understand very well either. Welcome to the Nishikikoji Special Talk Show. Good evening, folks. I am the grand artist who has offered his life, his very soul, up to the imagination, Nishikikoji Tori. Welcome to our special time, which you shall spend with me. Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming in. I mean, even just having you around was definitely pretty nice, and I appreciate your time. I'm glad that you enjoyed this enough to not leave like immediately, even through all my failures of speech. But yeah, have a fun party in your dreams if you're going to bed, and whenever you do pick up this game, totally enjoy the heck out of it. It's awesome. It gets awesome eventually, for sure. But yeah, farewell and good night. I don't imagine there are many listeners who don't already know it by heart, but allow me to give a brief introduction of my glorious exemplary career so far. Once I was the ace of the 2nd Optical Ordnance Division of the Hawk Party Research Organization. Yeah, good night. Have sweet dreams. And now I am a manager at the Crow Party. Oh, whoa. I didn't know about this Crow Party. What the heck? And also a chief editor of the popular Golden Weekly magazine. I doubt anyone in the world is as busy as I am. You are all incredibly grateful that I am taking this time out of my schedule to conduct a question and answer session, of course. Mr. Nishikikoji! Mr. Nishikikoji! Please open the door! Bah! It won't open no matter how we push or pull. It must be locked from the inside. What do we do? At this rate, the entire chapter of the radio program is going to be overrun with some unfortunate golden pheasant disaster. You, in there! Open up this instant. You were bad enough in the Ligumantine short. I'm glad I played the Ligumantine short before this. I didn't realize that radio was meant to be done after everything else. Whoops. But that worked out much more pleasantly. Especially since I'm more familiar with this game. I'm glad that I was able to understand which order to kind of take things into. Are you planning to ruin this too? Do you think an outsider like you would go unpunished for this? We won't stop at charges of trespassing, you hooligan. It's awfully loud out there. Would the peanut gallery mind keeping its fevered gibberish to itself? This record is in no way beautiful. Let me put on some music. Now then, let us begin my artistic question and answer session. The first is from a young lad by the name of Hitomi. Hitomi is my waifu. When are you gonna discontinue Golden Dove? It's gotten really lame, and it just feels like it's run out of ideas with all the new characters he introduces. Hey, wait, what? What is this? Do you know how long Mr. Takakishipo labored in obscurity even after he made his debut in high school? Living the ignoramus life of a non-serialized author? Even when he would get serialized positions, he was never popular in questionnaires, so he'd always be dropped. You cannot possibly comprehend how he suffered. And then he came to me, to Golden Weekly. He was the first artist whose serials worked out for me. We struggled all this way together, like unfortunate twins joined at the hip and so shamefully forced to run every three-legged race ever. Do you have any idea how much sweat and how many tears, how much of his own life blood was poured into Golden Dove? You don't, do you? You know nothing of the joy of a long-running series, you disgusting Philistine. So don't just go talking about discontinuing it, jeez. Well, then next one. Things sure seem lively in there. I wish he'd opened the door already. On the contrary, he seems to be ignoring us entirely. I can't believe a disgrace like this is allowed on campus. It's most vexing. You two having trouble? Yeah, this is the part that confused me too. Like, all of a sudden, here comes Yuya with the gun. And here comes the Yuya with the gun theme song. Freaking Yuya with a gun. It's like... it's like as wonderful as Romeo and Juliet, but with guns. But it fits a lot more in this context, I guess, because he is a secret agent. If you're going to give a gun to someone, it'd probably be a lot more likely to give a secret agent a gun as opposed to a Capulet or a Montague. But, the hero always makes his appearance whenever everybody is in a pickle, right? Yuya! No one asked for you to show up. Wait, what are you carrying? I've got permission to force my way in. Gotta protect the peace and tranquility of the campus, after all. I'm gonna break this door down whether it's locked or not. Get back a little. The second one is from Testy Robin. I'm tired of the reversible dust jackets. Come up with a more interesting bonus or I'm not buying your magazine anymore. Then don't buy it. Why would we want readers as low-minded as you anyway? Don't you think something is wrong with this trend of publishers trying to outcompete each other through bonus items? A magazine should be judged by what's inside. That is where the competition lies. Do not be fooled with those frivolities. The real artistry lies sparkling with it. And that is as far as you go, Mr. Nishikoji Tori. Put your wings behind your head. What? What is a high school student doing with that thing? The Yu-Gi-Oh! With the gun theme comes back. Didn't you know, mister? It's a must-have item for any fashionable teenage boy. We have you surrounded. Come quietly and don't try anything. Let's make this as nice as possible, shall we? I don't want to have to shoot you. Not very much, anyway. That rifle. Ah, I see. So you're with JB. Ho ho. Very well. I shall withdraw for today. But one day, the school shall be mine. Darn it. There goes another window. I had to take a screenshot of that, sorry. If you're going to go leaping out a window, at least open it first. Anyway, we've secured the broadcast room to... Why do I keep thinking everything ends with today? We're short on time, so you probably should get started. Right, thank you, Yuya. But where does he keep getting those things? Now then, let's try this again. The how and why of St. Pigeonations. Here's the questions box. I'll be joining today. This time we got questions from Westerners. Yes, there were questions from us. I wish I was aware that this was an amazing thing at the time that questions were being accepted. I don't know what the heck. Oh. Here comes a joke, by the way. It's a really interesting, hard to explain joke without showing it to you. So, interesting joke awaits. My English isn't very good, so Sakia will be helping out. I don't think the joke's oh, no, it's probably coming up soon. Already in high school and you still can't use English? Your future is bleak indeed. I'm not planning to go overseas, so it won't be that bad. I hope. Alright, first question. From SSFSX17. That sounds like more like a password than a handle. What is Hyoko's favorite weapon? The bow, the sword, or the spear? I really want to see Hyoko with a spear. I'm a big sucker for spears, and Hyoko is the best idiot around. Oh man, an awesome idiot with a spear would be awesome. Oh, okay, I was like, wait, didn't I just read this? I thought I pressed X. But I remember this is kind of part of the joke because that's all English words, so Sakia is having to re-say this to Ryota in Japanese, which we read in English. What is Hyoko's favorite weapon? The bow, the sword, or the spear? Can you answer that, Kawara? Hyoko's favorite weapon? Well, a few years ago, she really liked the bamboo pole, which I guess that kind of too makes me think of Suikoden, because I know the main character used like a pole or something. I don't really remember that game, I wish I did. But I think lately she's been using the copper sword more. A copper sword for hunting? Wouldn't it be dull? A bit dull for that? It doesn't cut very well, but she said it doesn't matter because she just bludgeons everything to death with it anyway. Alright, let's keep going. We're a little short on time thanks to a certain someone. This one's for you, Sakia. It's from Rabbit Doubt. Sakia, please let me touch your feathers. I want to touch your feathers. Never. Hey, translate into English first. Or Japanese, I guess, since this is the English release. I don't actually need you here at all, but if we started cutting whole characters out of scenes just because language barrier jokes don't just because language barrier jokes don't really work, then things would get pretty confusing pretty quickly, right? Sakia, please let me touch your feathers. I want to touch your feathers. Why did I let myself be touched by a common riffraff? That's too bad, Rabbit Doubt. Maybe he'll let you touch them if you become nobility. This one's anonymous. What are things... What are your thoughts on Brian Pigeon? Did you consider his blog to be quality literature? Or I guess that was what Sakia was just reading out loud straight away. On second thoughts, maybe it would be okay if you didn't bother repeating everything after all. Look here, peasant. I've got one job in this lousy show. It's stupid, but I'm going to do it. Is that clear? Okay, okay. Anyway, Brian... Wait, who? Don't you even know that, you ignoramus? He's a great pigeon from the great land of Great Britain. That's great, I guess. And the very first intellectual Columbid. Go look up Brian Pigeon online. Again, we're being told to do this. It's for the good of all of us. For the good of us all. I did not really look deep into Brian Pigeon shenanigans. I followed his Twitter, but he doesn't really use his Twitter very much. Now's the time for some experimenting. Today is technically June 29th, but basically it's June 28th. So let's see the last time that Brian Pigeon put anything on his Twitter. If I can find it. Okay. Give me a second here. I'm gonna have to find Brian Pigeon, which is gonna take me some time. But not too much time. I found it. Oh wow, his most recent thing was in April 2016. The 23rd of April of 2016. Just posted on the blog, happy birthday, Bill Shakespeare, 400 today, with the big up on my, and then it has a link to pigeonblog.wordpress.com. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say that I probably wasn't around whenever he posted that because I only recently started using Twitter, so... I mean... Sadly, I haven't seen him post anything. Ever. Ever. Sad day. Whoa. But this blog is in English. English localization or no, I still can't read it. Of course it's in English. He lives in London. Oh, I follow another bird Twitter that someone lives in London, I think. What was it? I want to give this guy a shout out because I really like this guy. Oh, Every Heron. Let me see. Where are you? Okay, it's just at every_heron. So that's if you want to check out this dude, he posts pictures of like herons like daily and has a thing or two to say about it. This dude identifies as a gray heron on some river over in London or something. Let's read his bio because he's an awesome guy and I've found so many wonderful heron pictures from him. The gray heron on the Clapham omnibus. Everything is taken slowly, considered with hashtag heron mindfulness. Thou foster child of silence and slow time. A quote from John Keats. That's the bio. He's in London, England. He's got 227 followers and is following 48 people. But yeah, if you're up for some really good heron pictures and other bird-related stuff occasionally, follow him. He's wonderful. I sometimes retweet some of his retweets because he finds some good herons, and I love me some good herons. His posts may even count as fine literature. At the very least, they're culturally quite valuable. They will definitely leave a mark on Namibian history to come. Wow, he must be really important. I'll have to work hard on my English so I can read his blog. I need to actually go and read his blog one day. I wonder if he still updates that regularly. I've never really been to the WordPress blog of Brian Pigeons. Here is the last one. It's anonymous too. It's for San. I love you. Cool. Oko-san loves you too. Sakia, I understood that. Don't act so proud, neophyte. Well, I guess that's about it for today. Indeed, we shall cut this session short. It's almost time for the school to close. Let us make a smooth exit. Yep. Bye-bye, everybody. Let me just get back to my dashboard for Twitch, so that I don't have to be worried and stressed out that someone might say something or something might happen and I'm like, oh no, I wasn't there to see it. Dashboard, thank you. There we go. Here we are. Radio again. Yeah, so I did read the first 3 parts before stopping because I heard spoilers ahead, and I had beaten original Hatoful Boyfriend, but I was still iffy on doing this because even though they explicitly say BBL, I was still like, I don't like the idea of going to spoilers because I don't know if they're going to spoil any of this game too. It just says spoilers ahead on this, which I'm just not doing it. So that's kind of where I stopped, and then I started doing the main game. And you know what? Actually, I'm thinking about things right now. Credits? I think there might be one more thing here that will come later, maybe after I finish all the radio stuff, because I'm remembering something that was interesting. Another bonus content thing that's I doubt is going to be in the radio section. Yeah, this is just credits. Hatoful Boyfriend, Holiday Star. That's all the credits show. I don't know why. The how and why of St. Pigeonations. It's time to break out the questions box. This is Quara Ryota from Class 2-3. Last time was a little exciting, wasn't it? I'm glad we didn't get dropped. This time we're doing a special feature on BBL. BBL, or Bad Boys Love, an extra long truth scenario which was included with the full version of the game. I'm going to take a screenshot of that just as ammo to kind of help explain BBL route whenever that comes... Whenever that comes along, because it's hard for me to explain BBL every time I'm like, yo, there's this last route that's really important. I'm just going to be like, yo, there's an extra long truth scenario which is really important. Get ready for that. Today we'll be answering questions about BBL. So be warned, there will be spoilers. I don't recommend continuing with this if you haven't finished BBL yet. Which, I mean, I don't recommend playing this game at all if you haven't finished BBL yet. Do you want to keep going? Oh, it gives you a question. Actually, I think I did return to the menu. I think I was playing... once again, it uses freaking analog, this stupid... I don't know why it does that. But when I was playing this, I went to Spoiler Zone. And it did say BBL, but I think I returned to menu because I was still like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I should probably get to the actual game first. Alright, let's get started. This will be a little complicated, but I think I should explain where we are before jumping into the questions. Holiday Star takes place in a happy world where BBL route never began, during the winter break in the 3rd semester. Another screenshot right here because I need that as ammo to explain this to people. Because it's really hard to explain that, no, this isn't really a sequel, don't know how to describe it. It just takes place like as he said. So that's good ammo to have in my screenshot folder. So naturally, up until now, the questions have been answered. Up until now, the questions have been answered by the peaceful, undisturbed Otome route versions of each character. But because we're doing the BBL this time, we're going to be calling on the versions of each character who lived or didn't live through BBL. Just don't think about it too hard and you'll be fine. In the end, it's just because unlike books and movies, visual novels have all kinds of branches and possibilities. even if it's a little odd for me to be saying that. Sorry, that was a little long. Questions. This one's from Sowaro. Was Hiyoko raised in an orphanage? How has she managed everything all this time? Hiyoko isn't here, so I'll be answering for her again. Her parents did die a long time ago, but she was never taken in by an orphanage. She did live with my mother and me for a while, but she decided she'd rather live on her own. Living by one's own strength is a hunter-gatherer's pride, after all. I could never be like her. She's always so tough and cool, you know? On to the next question. This one is from Oh, Damarushi is cool. For the doctor. What did you use to, like... What did you like so much about Professor Kawara? This is a good question, Damarushi. Man, you're cool. If you don't know Damarushi, I know Damarushi's important in the Hatoful boyfriend project somehow. If you want to check Hato Moa's Twitter, you can find interesting stuff, but you will also find many posts from Damarushi, because Damarushi is also highly important to this somehow. I don't know what he did or what he does or anything, I forget, but nonetheless you should look into him as well, or if that's a him, I don't know. But Damarushi's pretty cool. I don't think I'm following him on Twitter though, so I should probably get on that. What was so appealing about the good-for-nothing dove like that, who couldn't even take care of his own family? It's a good question. I don't know why I care for Ryuji this much, even though he's not there for his friggin' son, and he's just friggin' happy-go-lucky under whatever circumstances, and so friggin' optimistic, and just ends up accidentally finding out like really crazy discoveries on a whim, on accident, just like, whoops, we were doing these things and we discovered this. Well, that's awesome. That's what it says, Doctor. Wait, no. Doctor, stop. You can't just tear up the letters. You can't put them to the shredder either. It's completely destroyed. That is all. That's not an answer, Doctor. Sorry, Damarushi. I guess the subject of my father is a bit of a sensitive area with him. Dad never did come back home much, though. I don't remember what kind of person he was either. I wonder what kind of boss he was for the Doctor. Hey, Doctor, wait! Was there something else? The next question is for you too. It's just for this one more. Could you please stay? The contents may warrant repayment. That the emergency room won't be able to fix, but very well. Are you planning to break into the third dimension to claim vengeance, Doctor? Then again, you probably could. Anyway, I'll read it, and if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to. Let's not get anyone killed. Indeed. Though I cannot guarantee that we won't. This is from Tomi. About how many aliases do you have you had to date, Doctor? Would you mind telling me what a few of them are? I don't keep them lying around for use as party tricks. That doesn't answer the question, sir. I think it's enough. I simply use names as I need. In situations where it may be inconvenient for people to realize who I am, you see. Would revealing my names not be quite inconvenient? That's true, but no one reading this will mind spoilers. I don't mean inconvenient for them. I mean inconvenient for me. I'll be going now. Aw, he's gone. You didn't even answer either of them, Doctor. Looks like you're having some trouble. Yuya! How about I answer that question for him? You're always here just when we need you, Yuya. I have been trailing for quite some time, after all. I'll leak a little confidential information just for you. You're always ready to reveal state secrets just when we need them, Yuya. Well, that's a little harsh, isn't it? Anyway, moving right along. As you all know, his name as a member of the faculty at St. Viginations, and his name as a medical doctor is Ibomine Shu. And his name as a researcher for the Hawk Party was Issa Soma. That's the name I first knew him by. We also have evidence indicating that Ishiki Michio, the public prosecutor who died suddenly a few years ago, might be the same person. And finally, there's a group theory that his real identity is as the heir to the Ichijo group, but that's still just a rumor. He has quite the history, doesn't he? It all seems like a little excessive to me. In any case, the truth remains shrouded in darkness. Anyway, that's it from me. Can't keep the ladies waiting after all. Adieu. Thank you, Yuya. It's a little late now, but will he be okay? The doctor was awfully insistent about hiding those names, and he just blabbered all about them. But then again, he could take care of himself. It's not like the doctor would kill him or anything, even if he did find out. Next letter. It's from one Sonya for Nageki. Did you disappear entirely after BBL? Or are you living inside Ryota? Also, what would you have done if you had never been sick? Would you have gone to college? I want to know and I can't stop crying. Nageki will have to answer these for himself. You made me come in just a little while ago too. Sorry, but you're a really important figure in the BBL, so we need to have you here. Sonya was asking what happened to you after BBL. At the very least, we do not know. We do know that I spoke with you when you woke up from hibernation. Right? Let's take another look at that scene. Mr. Kawara, Miss Tasaka, can you hear me? Morning is almost here. Wake up, Kawara. Or I think that's actually Sakia who said that, so that's not a Sakia voice. Tasaka, I told you I wouldn't go back on my word. That scene appears in the special epilogue that you get if you play through a second time. That was a pretty bad spoiler. Are you sure it's okay to show that? There might be people who've cleared BBL but still haven't seen it. Oh! Sorry. I wasn't thinking. Don't look. Don't look. It's a little late now. Anyway, as you can see, my consciousness still seems to be there. So, maybe I haven't disappeared completely. That's still pretty vague. Also, it explains it as that's the scene that happens only once you beat BBL a second time. I think that's false. I guess you can maybe consider it like that, since a lot of people may be wanting to try that BBL route without doing all the dates and every single outcome first. But I was shooting for 100% achievements on Steam when I was doing that, so I wanted to make sure I saved the big route for last. And it just turns out that if you have 100% everything else, did all the other routes, got every single ending, then that's what leads you to have the extra special BBL ending. So you can beat it 2, 3, 4 times if you want, even more, and not get that special ending, I think. I could be wrong. Maybe it also defaults that if you beat it twice, it will just give you that second ending. But I'm pretty sure it's tied to the fact that you actually have to 100% all the other routes. But that's still pretty vague. I don't exactly exist to begin with. It's a little hard to imagine something that doesn't exist disappearing. But then again, part of your body's inside me now, so maybe you do exist after all. I don't know what happens after the end of the BBL. Maybe I disappear later on, or maybe I end up sharing Mr. Kawara's body. Maybe if I do end up staying. I'd like to see Hitori move on and finally start living for himself. Then I could disappear. It would be nice to see Professor Nanaki living happily. He's been through so much. It wasn't all fun and games for me either, but I definitely agree. How about the second question? Also, what would you have done if you had never been sick? Would you have gone to college? I want to know and I can't stop crying. You can't stop crying? You know you can't change the past. You can't hope for a future which won't be allowed to come either. Didn't you think about where you wanted to live and where you wanted to go in life, Nikeki? Not really. I never had a dream for what I wanted to be when I grew up or anything like that. If nothing had ever happened, I probably would have gone to college, graduated, and thought about things from there. It's pretty hard to know where you'll be a few years down the line. I haven't put any thoughts into my career path at all. I bet you'd make a good museum curator, or a librarian, or a writer. I'd never really felt like writing books of my own. Being a curator would be interesting though. I'll think about it. For the world where you're still alive. Yes, something like that. Is that all? Yes, thank you, Mr. Nikeki. Mr. I don't know why Mr. showed up there. This last one is anonymous. It's for... Oh, yes, I forgot if there was one for Hitori, but there is. That's wonderful. Hello. Is this the recording room? Mr. Uzune, please come in. Come in, have a seat. Tea and biscuits. How nice. This is very nice. So I guess... maybe that's one of the reasons why I kind of like Uzune, is because he's a wonderful tea-loving bird, but... I mean, he's tragic himself, and I do like his character beforehand. Before the tragedies happened and he went like berserk, ridiculous, crazy guy. But gosh dang. This is a good bird, this is a good bird. Would it be alright if I brought some home? I'd like to give them to the children. Oh yes, I think that'd be fine. I'll wrap them up for you when we're done. Really? Oh, I'm so happy, thank you. He's certainly quite talkative. It's almost hard to believe he's actually Professor Nanaki. Our last letter is addressed to you. I have a question for Hitori. You're supposed to have been good at studying, but were you able to go to school? You had a summer job. Wait, you had your summer job lecturer, and after that you took care of the children. It certainly doesn't seem like you'd have the time. I don't go. I'm enrolled, though. You're enrolled but don't go? Is that, are you a truant? Wonderful time to look up words. Truant. A student who stays away from school without permission. A person who shirks and neglects his or her duty. So that's a very specific word. I'm surprised that that word exists. That's wonderful. I'm glad that Ryota knows this word. Thanks, Ryota. No, I'm a distance student. Oh, of course. Everyone helps out with the housework, so I have more than enough time left to study. Even so, I'm a little worried about leaving them for so long. If you wouldn't mind, I think I should be going soon. He's a very caring guardian, too. My father could stand to take a leaf out of your book. Thank you so much, Hitori. Thank you for having me. It's almost like someone brought a painting of the ideal young man to life. Wait. I wonder if I'll grow up to be as pleasant a person as him. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you all so much for your letters. Yeah. Hitori really is a good guy, but he's just kind of crazy and awful boyfriend. Understandably, after like, I mean, to see what he had witnessed. And, the, I mean, he's been through a lot. A whole lot. Poor guy. I didn't even read what that said before going into there. You know what? I'm gonna read the titles I didn't read. Okay, Living with Birds, The Pigeon and the Partridge, Special Talk Show, Spoilers Ahead, Human Form Questions, and an extra large edition. The How and Why of St. Paginations. Here's the question box. Hello again. Everybody's favorite rock dove, Kawara Ryota from 2-3 here. First off, thanks for playing all the way through the story mode. Yeah, this is a big sign of like, hey, leave now. if you haven't done the story mode, okay? Just do the first just do the 4 chapters and then come here. You don't want to lose precious spoiler-free mindset. We need to know the game before we get to this area. Sorry, I just got an email. I was looking at that instead of my dashboard, so I'm going back. Okay, here we are. That must have taken a while. It did take a little bit of time, but I mean, especially the last 2 chapters, it took like 5 hours. I mean, I was distracted and yeah. Make sure to take a break if your eyes are tired. Yeah, I was laughing at this whenever I first read that because I was a little crazy with the fact that I was reading everything all in one night, except for Albert's story, which I did go to sleep, and then I read the Albert story after that. They're not? You're fine? Alright, let's go. They were not fine whenever I was first reading this. This time we'll be doing a special feature on Everybody's Human Films. As you all know, we're birds, but we have human designs too. They're just a bonus, or there for convenience, or something like that though. So don't think about it too hard, okay? Alright, our first question is from Naginata. Ooh, nice name. As you know, I love spears and lances, as I mentioned earlier when I was gushing about Hiyoko with a spear. So Naginata is a wonderful name. This one is for everybody. What color what color are your panties when you're in human form? Gosh, I wonder why they want to know that. Why I want to know about that. I'm wearing like gray today. Let's try asking others. White. On this day of the reckoning, my loins are wrapped in the vestments dyed in the blood of the crimson lotus blossom. No comment. I'm wearing whatever you want me to, baby. I forgot to put mine on. I do not have time for this nonsense. Cool. Okusan needs no panties. Merry Christmas! Miru and Kako are always completely naked. A lot of those weren't really answers. The next one isn't exactly about our human forms, but it fits the subject of pants. It's from Tatsu. Y'all wear trousers in human form, but do you wear them as birds too? As you can see, we aren't wearing any. Clothes for us as birds are just used for warmth, fashion, or ceremony, and aren't really mandatory at all. Alright, next question. That was a great question because it did provoke that little bit of information on the Hatoful boyfriend universe, which is interesting. This one is from Imari for Professor Nanaki. I feel like you probably engage in self-harm because you feel guilty about everything. So, please show me what's underneath those heavy clothes, Professor. This one would be a little hard just to ask to his face. He's pretty well wrapped up, with the coat and scarf, though. Professor? Yes, what is it? You're pretty heavily dressed in human form, sir. Doesn't it get hot during the summer? That's true. But even during the summer, so many places have the air conditioning on that you just need a coat to stay warm. I can relate. I hate when people have air conditioning and are like, oh, it's so hot, let's make things the opposite of hot, go like full-blown cold, you know? It's 80 degrees outside, and that's way too hot for me, so I better make it 50 degrees in here. Well, not 50 degrees, but I'm just exaggerating. People, I know my dad thinks 80 degrees is hot because that's at the point where he's like, I don't go swimming until it's 80 degrees. 80 degrees is when it's starting to get good. I like warm weather, but sometimes when I go to church, for example, the air conditioning is so bad, and I'm all like, I want to like wear a sweater to church even in the summer. That's how cold it gets, and it like blows directly on you from this. I don't know where it blows from, but it feels like it's like coming from the ceiling. It's like this air is just descending to you because it's cold. It's really cold, and it's just worst. If I go to the supermarket in short sleeves during the summer, I feel like I'll freeze. Ah, yes, I know what you mean. I know. Whenever I go shopping in short sleeves, I'd have to go running to the... Okay, I don't know what the heck you're talking about now, Mr. Ryota. I need to go running to the bathroom. Yes. But it's pretty warm at school, right? Is it? Don't you ever want to strip down a little? Not really, no. I see. Is that all? I still think I have some grading to do, so I'll be going now. I'm sorry. I just can't bring myself to look at my homeroom t-shirt and say take it off. Anyway, on to the last question. This is another one for the doctor. Maybe he gets so many because he's so mysterious? It's from Kasami. Yuya's glasses are probably just for show, but what about you, doctor? If your vision is poor, just how poor is it? Yeah, Yuya's are just for show. Every so often he'll break a pair and it doesn't bother him at all. A true super agent needs to keep 6 or 7 pairs of fake eyeglasses around after all. Little screenshot. Oh, Yuya. The doctor left as soon as we did the question about the panties. You know all kinds of things about him though, right? Do you know if he has... do you know how his eyesight is? But of course. Know your enemy and know yourself, and you need not fear the results of 100 battles. It seems pretty bad. It seems to be pretty bad. If you take them away, he's practically helpless. You tried taking his glasses away? Hardly. I'm not that much of a daredevil. Merry Christmas! Miru and Kaku took them. Ah, I see. It was bad enough that he started feeling pretty... It was bad enough that he started feeling pretty sick, too. Also, I think Miru and Kaku showed up in some of the earlier radio episodes, and that was another thing confusing me because I didn't know who the heck they were yet. And I didn't get properly introduced to them, so I'm like, what the heck is this? I saw them on the, like, I guess quote-unquote cover art for the game whenever I was purchasing it on Steam, because it shows the picture of them in the tank from the first episode. So, I mean, with that picture, with that image, I was already very not anticipating much of this game. I was like, I'm probably not going to dig it that much. But Hato Moa got me twice in a row. You surprised me with Hanaful Boyfriend, and then you surprised me with Holiday Star. I don't know how you do it, but you do good games. But, yeah. I mean, I definitely did not enjoy the inclusion of those two, even though, I mean, they're not terrible per se. I just, the Miru and Kaku are some of my least favorite characters, along with Ogusan. I apologize. They were returned promptly. Sort of like wearing glasses that don't match your eyesight can make you dizzy. Merry Christmas! He got all wobbly. Well, we don't have the exact numbers, but it sounds like the doctor's vision is bad enough that in his human form he can't get by without his glasses. I guess that might be good to know. That's all for today. Thanks for dropping by again. Next episode will be our last one, so there will be a bonus. Don't miss it. I wonder if the bonus is gonna earn us that last thing that we need. I mean, that's not the bonus that's coming with this, I don't think, but nonetheless, I'm still really needing that last thing. The how and why of same paginations. It's time for the question box. Hello, everybody. This is Acquire Ryota from Class 2-3. This is our last question answering session. We've come a long way, but it's gone by so fast. I'll be sad to see it end. Anyway, we got a bonus question this time. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Alright, first one. From Suzukawa for Hiyoko. You love udon, but what's your favorite? Okay, this is the question in mind that I thought was going to be addressed during the Ryota route. I still need to remember to do the Ryota route in bird form just to show you his wonderful outfit while he's in bird form. Which I think we probably saw anyway somewhere along the line, but nonetheless I still want to show you the Miko outfit. It's not just the human form that it shows up like that, clearly. Because we always get to see this wonderful bird in outfits. It's wonderful. I'll be answering the questions for Hiyoko again. I was wondering about this a while ago too, so I asked her. She said, if I had to pick one, it would be the Kake udon. It's the most basic and it's the most basic of the most basic, which is just udon and broth, nothing else. She said she couldn't let herself forget the true spirit of the noodle after all. She orders what she feels like at the cafeteria, but if it's her first time at a restaurant, she usually goes with Kake udon. I guess maybe Kake udon is the best gauge of a chef's udon powers? So that's the thing that I thought was really interesting. Like, yeah, I can get down with that. I know my brother, he would always get burgers when he would go to a restaurant. We all eat out, and, you know, it's like, oh, it's a special occasion. We can all, like, get something really nice. We can get, like, a steak or a nice, really nice seared salmon, or just get something, like, don't get something ridiculously expensive, but you know, something reasonable and nice. And then my brother, would get a burger. And I'm like, why would you do that? You can get a burger anywhere. But, I mean, his reasoning for doing that was the same kind of reasoning for Hiyoko doing the Kake udon, just to kind of gauge, like, because every place you go to get something, it's always like different. Like I've actually learned to enjoy getting burgers at places now. Like I've had a few burgers from some really nice places. I went to like a nice winery with really, really fancy dining area where you can get really like good, like almost 5-star food. It's probably more like 4 stars. I don't know. I don't know if I would recognize 5-star if I saw it. I'm not that much of a gourmet enthusiast, but nonetheless, like, it's a wonderful place and I love it. And I mean, it's a scratch kitchen, so you know it's gonna be good no matter what the heck you get. But the thing is, I tried the burger there and I did really, really enjoy it. I'm like, wow. And it was very unique too, because like I tried a burger at like TGI Fridays, and they have a good burger. I do like one of their burgers. The place at which I work has pretty good burgers too, but they all have their own uniqueness about them. And the same, whenever like my dad will grill burgers on the grill, there's trying these different burgers is kind of fun. It's kind of the same mentality I have mostly for beer and wines. I like beer tasting and wine tasting because, you know, I always try this IPA and that IPA, and you see that every brewing company has their own way of producing this type of beer, and that's why I get so enthusiastic about beverages in general. But oh my gosh, speaking of IPAs and trying out different ones, I found many good ones, many subpar ones, but if you want to try, if you're just getting into beer for the first time and you want to try an IPA, see what it's like, don't you ever go with Samuel Adams. Samuel Adams does not provide a good IPA. They have this Rebel IPA, and you know, Sam Adams is a pretty well-known brewing company, so it's like, oh, that should be a safe choice. Don't do it. It's like my least favorite. I don't generally like most of Sam Adams stuff, but I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try with something that's actually generally good. Sam Adams is not a brewing company known for their IPAs. I don't know why they continue to make IPAs, but they don't do it good. If you want a good IPA, I would recommend Lagunitas, but that's gonna be something hard for someone who's never really tried that many beers just to straight up get into. It's a very intense one, your first few times. Hmm. But, I mean, if you ever want to get into... Oh, first off, like, if you're not a drinker, don't try to get into beverages unless you do have the passion for it. But, especially when it comes to alcoholic beverages, I mean. But, before I get really ridiculously off track, I've just completely stopped reading this game. Let me continue on, jeez. The next one's for Sakia, from Tsukimu. Your mother taught you that mansions will always have a ninja in them, but did she teach you anything else? But of course, she taught me all that I would need to know in life in Japan. And you're always so studious, too. What kind of things do you know about, aside from ninja and shrine offerings of fallen warriors? Let us see. I know about sushi. Ah, that's definitely a point of Japanese pride. You're an aristocrat, so you go to the really fancy sushi places, right? Indeed. I've been to those places with the little conveyor belts. Hmm? Not the one with the little conveyor belts. Do you mock me? Why should I go to a sushi place without the little conveyor belt? But my mother taught me this. Sushi places with little conveyor belts have invested in their establishment and combine entertainment with cuisine. They are higher class than places without the little conveyor belts. I see. I guess you do usually end up spending more time in the ones with the little conveyor belts. Maybe? I think? Alright, next we have two for Professor Nanaki. Yes? Let's have them. The first one is from Linalu. You're always falling asleep, Professor. Do you spend your time at home sleeping too? Hiyoko guessed that you spend about 97% of your time at home asleep, but how much is it really? You're always you're always asleep, but if you're always asleep, I worry that you're not getting enough to eat. So, how much do you sleep at home, sir? Don't worry, Linalu. I make sure to eat. Probably not 97%. Probably not 97% then. I do fall asleep while I'm having dinner sometimes, though. And in the bath. Please make sure not to drown yourself while sleeping in the bath, sir. The next one is from Shirobi. Or Shiroi. Shirobi, I don't know where that came from. I was thinking Shinobi. Shinobi. Shiroi. Is a dark spot on your chin a shadow, Professor? Or is it a marking? So, this is something I didn't really notice, but that's a great question. And I didn't know that the answer was as it was, because it does... Okay, let's go. I've been wondering that for a long time. You got a lot of people asking about this. Which is it, sir? It's not a shadow. It's a common marking on male quails. So I did not know that. That was really cool information tidbit. Kazuaki's a button quail, so you can probably look them up and maybe you'll see that. I don't know. I saw button quails, video of them before, and they're freaking adorable. They're tiny and oh my gosh. But I didn't ever notice any of them with the marking. I don't know if they were a bunch of females or if I just wasn't paying attention enough, but it's an interesting note. It's right where the shadow of your head would be though, so it is a little confusing. Try searching up some pictures of button quails. You'll find plenty of quails with markings by the beak, just like me. Maybe that's when I started like looking up videos, but I think if I did, I would have probably found what I was looking for. Thank you, sir. So I don't know. I feel really weird about that. The next one is for Yuya. Salutations. I'll answer anything for a lady hoping to get to know me better. Sorry, it's anonymous, so we can't really tell if it's a lady or not. Clearly, it's just a shy young mademoiselle. I don't know how to say that. Gosh dang, I've never tried to say that before. I know what the word is, but I've never had to say that before. This is truly a road bump of disastrous note. Unable to ask in person, but determined to have an answer. Well, I wonder. Alright, let's just go with that. The question is, we've never seen you surrounded by squealing girls, so have you actually got it, Yuya? That's a little harsh, isn't it? Yeah, this is definitely one that would be a little hard to ask with your name attached. But asking questions that are hard to ask is my job. You're awfully dedicated. I'll answer in full candor too. Alright, time to bite the bullet. Says Ryota. Have you actually got it, Yuya? A man who's got it never says he does. Is that the sort of backwards way of saying you have got it? I wonder if we can call that full candor. You satisfied for now? Let me know if another lady comes calling. Adieu. Well, I guess now we can just say he's probably got it, whatever it is. The next one is for San. Cool! Never worry, never fear, Oko-san is already here. This is from someone called I Wish I Were Pudding. What kind of house do you live in, Oko-san? Cool? You're asking about Oko-san's house? Will you be coming to play? Cool! Oko-san will give you a warm welcome. And where is your house, Oko-san? Cool. Oko-san lives in a great mansion. A mansion? Cool. Oko-san's house is a mansion. A mansion is as grand, even grander than Sakuya's. Seriously? Cool. Oko-san stays in the birdcage inside his mansion. Why a birdcage in the mansion? Cool. Oko-san instincts tell him to sleep in the birdcage. Cool. Oko-san helps... No, the birdcage helps calm and relaxed. Cool. Oko-san shall return to his home and relax now. Well, I'm not sure I entirely understand, but I guess San lives in a birdcage inside a huge mansion. I'd like to go visit him sometime and see exactly what sort of arrangement he has. Alright, time for the extra. This one's for Mrs. Ami. Are you here, Mrs. Ami? Leave it to me, kid. This one's from Fusho. You're way too cool in a number of ways, Azami. I've completely fallen for you. I'll follow you to the end of the earth and back. You want to be my protege, kid? Hockey cart when the sun begins to set. If you've got the guts, I'll show you how to ride like the wind. There's a question for Mr. Rabu as well, but would you like to answer it? A question for him? Yeah, I'll take it. This is from Shinken. How is your newlywed life with Mrs. Ami so far, Mr. Rabu? She orders you around day and night, right? What kind of idiotic question is this? Don't go prying into other people's private stuff, you brat. No, don't kick me. Carve it into your soul, kid. No peeping in my love nest. Mrs. Ami's kicks really hurt. I don't know if she orders around or not, but I think they get along pretty well. Alright, it's time for the final letter. This one is anonymous. I can't wait for the next question box series. Really? I'm so glad, though. I don't know if there will be another. Oh, don't say this, Ryota. There might be, though. Oh, thank you for saying this, Ryota. It's still up in the air. If there are any plans for another, it'll be mentioned on the official site and blog. Oh, I'm gonna have to follow those. Check back every once in a while, okay? Alright, that's it for Holiday Star Radio section. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. Oh, thank you for being an awesome game all the way to the very end. This has been the How and Why of St. Pigeon Nations, brought to you by yours truly, Kawara Ryota. Please tell me. Yeah! See, there is something new. There is something new. Oh, this is exciting, exciting. The day the night slept after. It's a short episode, so don't worry about it. The story consists of unused scenes from Part 4. Please enjoy the collection of things which couldn't fit into the main story. Think of it as being a bonus scenes on a DVD. Please enter your name. Hiyoko, of course. Tasaka, of course. Is Tasaka Hiyoko okay? Yeah, of course. Let's go! The conductor's true form. um, uh... What's wrong, Hiyoko? Do you have a stomachache? The silver field was a little cold. No, that's not it. It's not that my stomach is cold, I'm just feeling kind of fuzzy. Cool? Hyoko's feeling fuzzy. Hyoko's stomach is feeling fuzzy. No, my head is. Something's bothering me. It's... excuse me. What? If you need the toilet, it was... If you need the toilet, it's in that car there. So don't have an accident. No! I really feel like I've seen you before. Have we met somewhere? What? Miss, are you hitting on me? No! Maybe we met, maybe we haven't. That depends on you, miss. It depends on me. Could you step out of that shadow for a moment? Oh, Mr. Death! He's a friend of yours? Yeah, he and I go all the way back to the demo version. I'll be counting on you next time something happens. Try not to give me too much work to do, okay? What? But that's why we're friends. She's friends with Death? Wonderful little thing right there, I don't know. Good manners. The new season is almost here. I better start checking for any Hawk Party spies in the new students. Salutations, Mr. One. Sakazaki Yuya. What is it? I don't recall sending for you. Well, it's a little cold. Or that's a little cold. Can't I just drop by to see your beautiful face? You are no longer a student at the school. You should try to avoid unnatural conduct. Nothing unnatural about a college student getting nostalgic for his old high school. Everyone knows how much I love the school. Nothing suspicious about it. Anyway, I came to deliver a letter. A letter? New orders? No, it's from Nishikikoji Tori. A letter of intent? It doesn't look like it. He addressed this little package to you. Let's have a look. To the soaring wings of the Special Intelligence Division, O. Leon J.B. Special Intelligence Division O. Maybe that, I don't know what that means. May your organization grow in prosperity and success with the coming season. I pray that you have been well throughout the colder months of the year. I'm deeply grateful for your taking time of your busy schedule to see me off the other day. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your kind consideration. Therefore, I have obtained a humble gift from the High Society Seagull Department Store to express my gratitude. I know you are quite busy with the coming of the new school year, but please take care not to catch cold in the chilly spring weather. Your servant, the Black Advocate, Technical Research Consultant Nishikikoji Tori. That's some pretty stiff business writing. You saw him after everything the other night? Or, you saw him after everything the other night? He's on the surveillance list after all. I gave him a ride home. The package doesn't seem to have any explosives. Madeline's, cheesecake, and fanciers. Or financiers. What's financiers? Back to the dictionary. That's another thing I really appreciate from this game. It makes me look up words all the time, and I love looking up words. So, I'm not kidding you. I'm very passionate about words. Financier. Financier. Huh, financier. Or financier, I guess it could be that way too. Person skilled or engaged in managing large financial operations, whether public or corporate. I wonder what the heck that means in this context, though. I wonder if that, I don't know. That sounds weird. Back to Twitch dashboard. There we are. Pretty standard stuff for a pastry assortment. Huh. I gotta find out what Madeleines and financiers mean in the context of pastries eventually. Well, you did go to the trouble of having them sent. No point in saying no. We'll run some tests and see if they come up clean. And if they come up clean, I'll put some coffee on. Yeah, that is kind of a wonderful little scene. Get well soon. Oh, I think I know this one has something important to me. Merry Christmas! Christmas will be here soon. Sphinx Messard has barely started. Merry Christmas! Christmas will be here soon. In about 8 months. You two do not seem to be short on energy. Perhaps I shall reduce your portions at meals starting today. Merry Christmas! Ah! Merry Christmas! Shu just doesn't understand food. Your luxurious partridge plumage is going to get all raggedy and thin. Merry Christmas! Rinu and Kaku always use up a lot of energy planning for Christmas. Merry Christmas! Let's decorate the tree with a nice fossil instead of a star this year. The nice big fossil. Please don't carry things off without asking. Merry Christmas? Is this something of Shu's? Something important? Something important? No, not particularly. Merry Christmas! Yay, we'll decorate the tree with it. Let's decorate the tree with it. Had to sneeze, my bad, I'm sorry. Merry Christmas? Huh? Merry Christmas? Someone scratched stuff into this fossil. It's no good now. It's scratched? Let me see it for a moment. Merry Christmas! There's a name carved into the back. To Isa. Don't forget to eat dinner. I know. Eat if you want to. Merry Christmas! Lunch! To the Southern Cross. Oh, I think this one's kind of cute. I mean, of course, we got this buddy boy, so of course it's gonna be friggin' wonderful. Ah, Stardust sugar cubes are so sweet. You have some too, Your Majesty. So, where I think I was saying how I felt like I shouldn't have read through the radio section before its time, and how I probably quit, I think I might have lied to you, because I think I did beat all the radio station, because I remember doing this route before I beat the game. This little side story, and I remember this particularly being very confusing to me. I didn't know why there was a migrant Ryuji, and why he was called Migrant. I didn't understand this king, and why he was so weirdly drawn. And I didn't understand why this train was here for a second. So I did do all of the radio station. I just forgot that I did that then. Huh. But nonetheless, coming to this before beating the game was oh so confusing. And that's when I realized that maybe it was then that I realized I should maybe play the game first. Why am I going for the bonus stuff first? Why? I'm an idiot. It's what I do. You have some too, Your Majesty. Sweet foods can warm the soul and make your troubles fly away. Oh, nibble. I'm scared. Scared? Of what? You don't know what we'll find in the next star. This hasn't been true ever. That's been true ever since we were on Earth. No one knows what the future will bring. I don't know if it will be fun. And then this was also confusing as well. Your Highness, Your Highness. Let's have a pillow fight and talk about our crushes at the next star. Okay. You can't just wait around forever. Fun is something you have to go out and find for yourself. We're all good friends here. Tomorrow will be a good day. Best father that's not there for his freaking family. Hopefully that did it. Did I get... Oh, I did get it. Okay. I still need to get this thing, so I'm gonna search for that soon. Look at this. This is something I also need to send to certain Ragley. I bet Ragley would really enjoy this bird. This picture of that bird. And then, just today, while I was at Ragley's stream, because he's probably still streaming right now for maybe another hour or something, and I'm probably gonna be ending the stream as soon as I get this last picture, right here. But I do want to mention that don't know what we were talking about. I forget really easily, as you all should know, but we were talking about shades, and then he mentioned something about birds wearing shades, and I'm like, that would probably just be perfection. And what do you know? I was like, because he was saying, oh my gosh, if there's like a bird in Hollowful that has shades, and I'm like, dude, actually, I think there is in Holiday Star. I am going to stream that today. I was planning on doing that, and when I pass by it, I'm going to take a picture for you. So here's a screenshot that I'm going to take. And sorry for the little blue screen I'm having, but I'm going to have to send this to him right now. Holiday Star. Some screenshots work, but most of them don't, so it won't work. Sad day. Oh. Well, we're back, and with the black little box over there, but for some reason, we lost some of the words of Kitten Giggles. I don't know how that happened. But what a special bird in shades. I love that. I don't know what that says over there. I used to know a decent amount of katakana and hiragana, but no longer. I'm pretty sure that's katakana there. It looks to be katakana. But I can't read that. Especially since it should be katakana, since it's a sound effect, I'm guessing? Or nonetheless, like one of those little small things, poppy. Katakana is used mostly for something that really wants to pop. It's used for any Romaji words. Like if someone in Japan wanted to say a word that's really based off of an English word, a French word, or any other word that's been adapted into a Japanese word, then it's probably going to use katakana. They use katakana for their advertisements on like boards and storefronts and stuff like that. Hiragana is more of a thing that's used just to like spell your ordinary, just everyday word, and you're not using kanji. And also there, and for young kids that don't know all the freaking thousands of kanji yet. I mean, no one knows every kanji because there's just so much of that to learn. But for kids that don't know like the kanji of something, if you're like playing a children's game or if you're reading a children's book, they'll have like little hiragana pronunciations above the kanji so that they at least know how to read it. But enough of the very little Japanese that I know. Let's look at this wonderful thing. Thanks for playing. Look at that, awesome. Special king. Oops, no. I just love it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna see if I can quickly look up how to die in Holiday Star. What would I die on? Chapter 2, maybe? No, Chapter 3 gives me an opportunity, I think. Oh! Let's try it. Remember when we had to make sure that we chose the right, to attack his right wing by doing the left thing? Let me see. I knew it would be you, blah 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 blah. So let's try going with the right side, since that would hit his left. right golden lightning spiral kick! Not only do you not follow orders, but you also damaged my hardwood floor. He dodged it? Miss Tasaka, watch out! You have not adequately cleaned yourself, but there is no helping it. Become sashimi. And there we go! Yes! I'm so glad I had that save. That should be... Are you kidding me? I don't have any saves from chapter 2. I think it had to be in chapter 2 or something. Okay. Holiday Star. How to die. Okay, never mind. Let me switch up. Holiday Star Gallery. How to get 100% gallery. Yes, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Where are you? Second role unlocked by completing the second episode plus 1 bad end. I got a bad end though. Gallery. I've gotten multiple bad ends actually. Let's try this if we're gonna go in. Swear to goodness, my guy. Kill me, Shu. Let it end here. Kill me. Ah! Okay, I think we're gonna do speed running. Is this giving us a Oh, yeah. We're gonna go to like basically the end of this, I think. I remember how this works. I remember how to unlock it. I remember having struggles to unlock this whenever I first played it too, so it's a thing. Oh, it's Angel. I love you. You're a wonderful bird. I love you. And here I am, just on my phone while it's making that boodle-doo. Oh, that boodle-doo! If I could find that sound effect somewhere, I would make that my text tone for my phone, and no one would know any difference that it actually came from a bird game. It'd be perfect. But I am like legitimately on my phone right now, just pressing triangle when needed, so that it auto continues as I finish up some random shenanigans. I'm sorry for my absolute lack of doing anything right here. You know what? Well, let's see if I can make it a happier time. Hey, I can make it a happier time. Wonderful. Yeah, there. It's facing the wrong way, but I don't care. We got the bird and the sex. Wonderful. I wonder how which way the thumbs up is facing, because here's one of my favorite there we go. That's the facing I wanted it to be. Wonderful. Okay, press triangle. Wonderful long hell. What should I put now? I haven't run out of stuff to put. It is saddening me. There is the wonderful anime. And I'm just silent through this because I have nothing else to put in. Oh, we're getting this somewhere. We're getting far. Uh-oh, spooks. Let's see. Is there a rainbow emoji? I don't know if I'd be able to find a rainbow emoji, but I need it right now. It's important. Aha! Okay, good stuff. Wonderful. That was a dream, what the? Oh yeah, that's right, I was looking for the bed emoji whenever CDB was here that last time. Oh, that Okasan. Oh, that Okasan. Oh, those three were wonderful. I don't know why they're so wonderful. Yeah, where the heck is my bed emoji? Why can't I find it? Let's have a few Saba pings. Oh. Nice phone call. Oh, phone call. That's right. A single flower. Brilliant in the dark alley. Huh? I don't think that's the right catchphrase, Tasaka. Adol Blau, we cannot begin the forbidden ritual if you do not intone the proper aria. I didn't even really pay attention, but he's got a wonderful little heart on his head. His little forehead got a heart. Oh my gosh. Sorry. They only just got transforming all at once, so I haven't... Yeah. And it's too late. We died. Oh my gosh. Those phones showed up as white on stream. Ah, that should be it. Oh, you have to die to that laser. It's so easy not to die to that laser. Why would I die to that laser, you idiots? Why? But I've done it. I beat the game. But, you know, let's just take a gander at everything. One of these days, I'm probably gonna play Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. It might even be later on today. I'm still discerning, but I would love to beat that and show off its gallery too, because like Heartful Boyfriend, it's got wonderful, wonderful art that I just love to look at always. Because as Moa is an awesome artist, the dude, which I don't know his name, I've only recently gone into Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, so I don't really know the guy's name who did the art, but oh, I love this picture. But nonetheless, yeah. He does a really good job with the art. It's one of the biggest, really most eye-catching things about the game. It's wonderful in its eye-catching abilities. The fact that like I could play that in a room and someone will ask like, "Yo, what is this?" Because I assure you they would ask that just because of how freaking wonderful the game looks and sounds, and just general it feels great considering it's a remake of an old game, Wonder Boy 3. So the fact that like that game still holds up today, like I enjoyed it thoroughly, is awesome. But this is Heartful Boyfriend that we're talking about, not that game. I'll gush about that game when I play that game for sure. But that's all for Heartful Boyfriend Holiday Star. I've read through the entirety of Heartful Boyfriend and Holiday Star now, and one of these days I am planning to do a Redux reading of them, probably a bit down the line, but you know, whenever I've actually gotten good at reading out loud, that would be wonderful to go through this game again. Wait, why am I sitting at the title screen? Yeah, dude, I would love to do a Redux reading of this game if I could, if I ever do get good at reading. Because, gosh dang, as much as I love this game, I did it very little justice in my ability to read. I tried my best to give like voices and inflections that match the dudes. I failed that occasionally, quite a bit actually. But my biggest failure is it's the fact that I'd always mess up a line and then I'd be like, oh, come on, I meant to say this, and I'm sorry, I can't freaking read, and I'm just constantly cluttering this up with me insulting me about my inability to read, and I guess I'm still kind of doing that now, but I would love to actually give this a really proper reading one day. So, in all good hopes that one day I might actually read this well. I may do this again. because this is a good game worth multiple plays, even if it's just a story that you get and then it's like you're not getting very much out of it. It's like one of those good movies that you watch and like on the fourth, fifth time you're like, wow, now that I think about it, like this is actually deeper that I couldn't have understood in my first playthrough. So it still is really wonderful to play through this game again, even if you do understand most of it. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings. I watch that all the time, and it's always enjoyable. It never stops being enjoyable. This game never stops being enjoyable. It's wonderful. Uh, to all of those who may be watching this, even if you're like, oh, I've seen you play through it now. I don't know why the heck you would choose me to watch of all people. There's plenty of good playthroughs of this game, but if anyone ever does see this on the YouTube or whatever, and you think that you're done with this game, you understood it, I would still recommend buying it because your money's going to a wonderful person. Hanamoa is amazing. Uh, she's wonderful. I think it's she. And I encourage everyone, even if you've seen the entirety of this game, to play it. It's great. I cannot stress that enough. It's not like a game that, like most games, like I love me some platformers that are really heavy on the action and fun factor, but this is a journey all on its own, and I want everyone to really know that this is such a wonderful game, these two games. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this stream. I may be on streaming later on tonight, but you know, whenever I make a promise about how I'm going to stream someday or later on, it never comes to fruition. It never happens, so I'm not going to make that promise. I know that no one's here, so I don't really mind rambling on about that. And even though I am self-conscious about it, because it will be noticed on YouTube if someone ever does watch it, which I know Ragley will probably watch these after he finishes watching my VODs of Night in the Woods. But I've had a grand time playing both The Hatoful Boyfriends and Night in the Woods, even though I hate reading out loud. And I hope all of everyone who's been viewing this either during the stream or sometime in the future on my YouTube, I hope you enjoy this thoroughly too, through all of my failures. It's been a great time, and have a wonderful day, all of you.